Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Umineko playthrough. And, yeah, today we're going to be, I don't really know what we're going to be reading. Obviously, the obligatory, I hope we get to see this 18th or 19th person mystery, whether Beatrice does actually exist or not. But, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to say that. When am I not going to say that? But, yeah, I'm really quite excited for today. Hope it's going to be fun. Man, I'm back to school now. Stuff is so much more intense, so I feel like I'm going to be appreciating this game a lot more now. Just now that the fact that it is the way to escape from everything. Just to relax. Because I never feel relaxed. This may actually be the only thing that makes me feel relaxed. I'm not even joking. So, yeah, let's get into it. This is going to be really quite interesting. Oh my god, I wonder what Shannon or Sayo is going to, you know, think of the proposition that happened with, proposition? The proposal, even, that happened with, Lemon. Josh, Shannon entered the entrance hall to the mansion with a tottering gait. Oh, a mixture of exaltation and uncertainty gave her a feeling that she couldn't easily discover. That's actually really quite interesting, that. What, exaltation? I've never heard of that word before. Does it mean like overexerting yourself? Oh no, a feeling or state of extreme happiness. Oh, that's really nice. A mixture of exaltation and uncertainty gave her a feeling that she couldn't easily describe. It swelled up in her chest until it felt like she was about to put. Oh, that's awkward. Yes, you're so happy, but at the same time you're really, really uncertain. I don't blame her. After stopping for a second in front of the servant room to take a deep breath and calm her heart, she opened the door. Inside, Golda, who had been ordered to take the midnight shift at the mansion tonight, was absorbed in a worn-out crossword puzzle magazine. Oh god, he looked up for an instant to see if one of the family had come, but when he realised it was a fellow servant... God, yeah, definitely. That really shows that he isn't the nicest whatsoever. He returned to his puzzle as if nothing had happened. Alright. Genji-san told me to come and help you. He's literally dividing with the as I say, that's a relief. Yeah, fair, that's a relief. I was just about to go check the mansion was fully locked up, but I felt uneasy about leaving the room unmanned. After all, Kraus-sama and the others' meeting looks as though it will continue for quite some time. Fair, they may request some tea at any moment. Yeah, that's fair enough, actually. Yeah, that must be a nightmare, like they can't fall asleep, because if somebody requests tea or just something for them to do, then yeah, it's not going to look very good on them if they're asleep. That's true. Then what should we do? Should I watch over? In that case, forgive me, Shannon-chan, Shannon-san, but I asked that you patrol the mansion. Oh, right. Yeah, I will stay here awaiting the family's orders. I don't really get why they're patrolling though. Is it just to, well, I suppose, to see if everything's alright and... Oh, that it's fully locked up. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, especially if someone called Beatrice may be here. That's definitely a good thing to do. Yes. Shannon was slightly disgusted. Even though she came here to help out as a favour, she was casually being forced to do the job of the person actually on duty. Yeah, I hate that. That is really bad. Yeah, because what he's doing is basically saying he'll be waiting for a family's order. In other words, he'll just be playing crossword puzzles. Yeah, that is annoying. Furthermore, after one-sidedly forcing After one-sidedly forcing that task on her, Gordar returned to his magazine once again and became immersed in his crossword puzzle. I know! I mean, God, how little care can you have for your colleagues? Shannon bowed her head and, as a token sign of respect for her elder, then left the room to patrol the mansion. Thanks to her being a bit ticked off, she managed to suppress that floaty feeling she'd been having until... Oh, yeah. Anyway, she couldn't let Genji or Kanon see her looking like this. Oh yeah, fair. Fair enough, actually, yeah. She wanted a little time to herself until her heart calmed down. Yeah, so maybe going on patrol wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, it isn't bad. It's still bad that it's happening because obviously it shows that, you know, Gordar does like to take advantage of people. But yeah, still. She began to hear the tumultuous voices of the family discussion coming from the dining hall. Oh, right, somebody was speaking at great length. Only to be interrupted by... Oh, that's a nightmare. The second person also began to speak in a very long, drawn-out fashion, until yet another person interrupted. That sounds awful. That kept on repeating. It was as though their displeasure was seeping out through their voices. Oh yeah, definitely. She had been told to go to the guest house, so it would be bad if Kraus discovered her. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they need to check if everything's locked up. Yeah. Thinking there's Shannon dashed past the dining hall. Yeah, good one. Yes, then she went along a pre-arranged route through the dark mansion, checking that all the locks were secure. I wonder if they will be. She walked down the hall, checking each window. Yeah. That must be a nightmare. They're having a really, really long conversation, trying to get a point across, and then it's just interrupted with another really long point. It just really sounds like something that would never progress. There were no humans on Genjima other than those connected to the family, so locking up didn't really serve much of a purpose. I know, I mean, that is just ultra paranoid instincts. But maybe there could be some human outside of these 18 people. In other words, Beatrice, or somebody posing to be her. Beatrice cosplay, as I like to say. No one had been in the habit of locking up a the Shinomiya head family. At least not until Natsuhi had scolded them for being careless. Oh yeah, funny that Natsuhi was the person responsible for it. Yeah, the metal fixtures on the window were ice cold down. And as she checked them one by one, the glow in her heart seemed to cool down. Yeah, that's really good. A question mark? Is there somebody there? Maybe it's, I don't know, one of the three... No, it can't be one of the three friends. Maybe Natsuhi? That would be the most like... No, everyone's... This is either a servant, or this is a family member, or this is fucking weird. What? I just see butterflies. At that time, she thought she saw something twinkling across the hall. Twinkling? How could anything be twinkling through the darkness of that hall? What? It's the butterflies again! She figured she must have been imagining it, but she still held her breath. No, she wasn't. Grasping a curtain, she fearfully gazed down at the hall. Yeah. However, other than the occasional crack of thunder brightening the hallway, she was unable to glimpse any flicker again. Must have been her imagination after all. No way! Well, I suppose her heart could potentially just be agitated at the fact that... Well, about the whole changing life thing and the fact that, you know, the life she's been living is not living her life to the fullest, really. It must have been her imagination after all. Maybe her heart was so agitated that she'd seen something that didn't exist. That would be weird. Shannon went back to checking the windows. However, a certain unnerving memory was resurrected in the back of her mind. Yeah. It was that ghost story, which had been passed down amongst the servants who served the Ushinomiya head family. The mansion had 2 different masters, one on the day and one of the night. Yeah. What? Beatrice, the master of the night, would sometimes fly around the mansion in the form of sparkling butterflies. Why would there be butterflies inside a mansion that's in the middle of nowhere, and why would they be glowing as well? It just makes no sense. To be fair, maybe there are some really weird and unique butterflies that are native to this area that are glowing, but still, it's just really quite coincidental that, you know, it could be a massive coincidence or it could be the case. I think it's more likely the case that it could potentially be a sign of something very weird. I mean, you don't just find butterflies in a mansion that's being locked, by the way. Yeah, I mean, maybe they flew in when it was unlocked, but still. What's a butterfly's life expectancy? Because... oh, 3 to 4 weeks, right. They're not like, I don't know, fruit flies that live for barely a day. God, this music is so creepy. That was the story. Because to think of it, didn't Kamon-kun once say he'd seen it with his own eyes? Oh, that's interesting. Though he got sulky when I said he must have imagined it and refused to believe him. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's totally... it reminds me of Maria as well. Could it possibly be true? The roar of the thunder gave no answer. Yeah, her eyes are the only thing that are going to prove it. God, it really is quite a disastrous day, this. Well, day, I mean night, but still. Ooh, what is this? It's odd for a scene to be outside. Is this someone going back to the guest house? Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got to be. Or at least that'd be logical. Maybe it isn't. It's interesting how slow this is. This is really slow, and it's kind of just wrong that it's this slow. Don't know what I'm meant to be anticipating here. That was a very long transition. Oh, God. Yep, Gorda playing his crossword puzzles. Genji and Kanon. Kumasawa? Yeah, she's chilling. Nanjo. George! Oh my god, I love that we're just getting like shots of all the characters here. I don't really know what the point of this is, but yeah, I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, if we... oh! I'm surprised that Ginzo wasn't actually the focus there. Interesting that we're being... interesting. All the pieces of place are in place for the game to actually occur now. Oh! God damn! Did not expect that. Now that is interesting. Oh my god. Yeah, that was... I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of the way they actually communicated that. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's 6 AM. Wow. God, they've probably been up all night. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting though. So now all of the Game Boy pieces have set up. There is infinite potential for this weird occurrence to happen. Whatever's going to happen regarding the marriage. The second day. October 5th, 1986. Right, I really wonder what's actually going to happen now. Genji tightened his bow and looked outside through a crack in the curtains. Alright. Maybe the rain had died down a tiny bit since the previous night. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But still, definitely doesn't sound like that. But the thick rain clouds didn't seem like they'd be letting any trace of the morning sun get by. Yeah, fair. Yeah, the morning was dim and far from refreshing. Yeah, seems it will last all day after. That is really quite inconvenient. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Genji-sama. Kanon finished checking his appearance and exited the washroom. Oh, on the normal schedule, it was rare for anyone to have to suffer going straight from a midnight shift into an early morning shift. Jesus Christ, they're being overworked. Wow, that's insane. That really is insane. These hours are so brutal. They were on a special schedule for the 2 days of the family conference. Yeah. Fair. However, unless the typhoon passes today, the relative stay on this island wouldn't last until tomorrow. Oh yeah, definitely. That's a total nightmare. So much more work. Kind of thought it best to be prepared for the special schedule to last an extra day. Yeah, it is. It is smart. The 2 of them left their guest house, opening their umbrellas. Yeah, of course they have to open their umbrellas. The rose garden has been devastated by the wind and rain on the previous night. Yeah. Oh, that's really quite unfortunate, Maria. Yeah, even though they'd spent several days making it beautiful to welcome the guests, one stormy night was enough to ruin it. But to be fair, at least they welcomed the guests, and at least their wish was fulfilled, I suppose. But at the same time, it must be so disheartening to see all of that effort completely ruined. I agree. Con on side. Yeah, fair. The 2 of them headed for the mansion. They were supposed to meet up with Gordar and prepare breakfast. Yeah, Gordar was such a perfectionist that he had probably already woken up and was probably already preparing a breakfast as exquisite and elegant as glasswork. Yeah, I really wonder how the aftermath of the conflict is going to be. What's it going to have resulted in, I wonder? Yeah, because of that perfectionist attitude, I'd assume that he is very pushy to work with. They reached the overhang by the entrance to the mansion and folded up their umbrellas. Genji took a bundle of several keys from his pocket and unlocked the front door. Oh yeah, nice. The Shinomiya family mansion was the only thing on block Genjimon, so in the past, they hadn't been in the habit of locking up. Yeah, definitely. However, Natsuhi had ordered that the mansion be locked up from midnight to early morning. That is really quite interesting that Natsuhi, out of all people, would have ordered this, but at the same time she thinks that, you know, it could potentially be somebody there, so as a result, locking it would mean they can't escape. Yeah, ever since then, unlocking the door in the early morning had become part of the servants' morning shift. Oh, yeah, this task had been given to Genji, and by the way, look at the lighting and how it's changed. This task had been given to Genji and Kanon so that Gordar could start preparing breakfast as soon as he woke up. Yeah, that makes sense. Silence had fallen in the mansion, given the impression that the mansion itself was still asleep. Impressive. Well, let us begin the morning chores. Hi. Yes, sir. The 2 of them split up and began opening the curtains throughout the mansion. If the curtain stays closed, the mansion will remain enveloped in faint darkness. Yeah, fair. as though it was still trapped in the previous night. Oh yeah, now it looks a lot more lively. Following a well-rehearsed procedure, Conan went around the mansion, opening the curtains for one window after another without having to retrace his step. Wow. God, that's really impressive. He's probably done this so many times that he's just totally memorized the good routes. A well-rehearsed procedure, interesting. Even with this horrible weather, drawing the curtains made it feel like, yeah, just a little bit like morning. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. I mean, obviously, it can't fully feel like morning because, yeah, the weather is horrible. Ah, but at the same time, it's alright. While doing that, he passed in front of the kitchen. Even though he hadn't smelled anything yet, his stomach started aching for some of Gorda's prized cooking. Wait, he actually gets to eat it? Or does he not? Good morning. This is a cool kitchen. Wow. It's so traditional. It looks like a pub kitchen. What? He tried to eat Gorda, who should have been getting breakfast ready, but Gorda was nowhere to be seen. Why? What? The kitchen was darkly lit, and not only were the curtains not open, but the fan wasn't even... So he hasn't actually been in the kitchen. What's he done? It was still cold, without any trace of a fire being lit. So of course there were no signs of breakfast being made either. Oh my god, that's inconvenient. Though it would have been inexcusable. Perhaps Gorda had overslept. Maybe. Even servants are only human. Yeah, fair enough. I suppose he has got a really, really high pressure day ahead of him. So, yeah, maybe he's just having a really bad work-related accident. Even servants are only human. They sometimes sleep in and show up like, yeah, that must be a nightmare. Oh god. In the rare case that such a thing happens, it's parts of a servant's code to hide the unsightly scene before anyone notices. Yeah, smoothly cover it. I don't think he can do it in this case. And make sure the family never even realises that anything has gone wrong. Yeah, maybe they'll be able to do that last point. God, what a bad day to oversleep on though. Holy fuck. Conan took the receiver of the phone that had been fitted to the wall and dialed the number for the extension line in the servant's sleeping room. Is he not answering? Wait, what? He couldn't hear that characteristic sound of the dial tone. Conan tried picking up the receiver again, but even so, he couldn't hear the usual dial tone. That's weird. He tried dialing again, but it had no apparent effect. Fair enough, actually. That's a reasonable theory. Could the lightning last night have been damaged? Could the lightning last night have damaged some machine, breaking the extension line? Yeah, I see what's being talked about here. The equipment in this mansion was all worn out. Yeah, that may make it even more likely. Conan fully understood that even the smallest thing could have caused it to break down. God. He gave up trying to wake Gorda with the phone and dashed over to the servant's sleeping room. Yeah. I really wonder if he's actually going to be there. If he's not, then where the hell is he? Oh! Is this Gorda? Or maybe this is somebody else. Maybe Natsuhi? I don't know. How long has it been since I stopped sleeping and started lazily staring up at the ceiling? That vague sense of awakening was part of Nut. Oh god, that's horrible. Yeah, yeah. That's awful though. I mean, that just shows somebody that is totally... She's one of the people that, to live her life, she really has to, have an awful taste of it, really. An awful side of life. It's horrible, it really is. She always slept lightly. Oh, God. And she couldn't sleep at all without medicine. Jesus. To Natsuki, sleep was definitely not a happy thing. When she looked outside, she saw that it was still pouring. Yeah, definitely. I can't believe it, though. She can't go to sleep without medication. Fucking hell. If she hadn't sensed a tiny amount of light, she might have mistakenly thought that it was still the previous night. Yeah, Jesus. She herself was one of the hosts, so she mustn't wake up later than her guests. Oh yeah, fair, yeah, that is tricky, yeah. Urging herself on, she raised up her body, which still hadn't. Oh yeah, which still hadn't completely recovered from yesterday's weariness. Oh, I'm gonna feel like that tomorrow. My God, what a room. Fucking hell. That really does look quite cool. The purple colours reflect her. They go really well with the sort of, I don't know, dark and plain yellow colour there. Looks like some sort of oil-like colour. A lighter one, though, definitely. No, actually, it looks like desert sands. In theory. I don't know. Yeah, God, that really just shows that, you know, she totally doesn't remember anything about, like, I suppose she finds it really quite hard to sleep, and she's probably just fallen asleep so fast that she can't even tell how time has passed. Yeah. Nobody would torment her as long as she remained inside this room. Oh, God. I wonder where Kraus is sleeping, because obviously not with her. And her headache wouldn't get any worse here. Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst thing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure she has really, really bad cases of just... Well, I suppose she's really had an awful... She's had a really awful time when it comes to everything that's happened in her life, so as a result, you know, she can't enthusiastically live it, and it's really sad, honestly. Yeah, this room was the only place she could find peace. Yeah, so when she left, it meant returning to the world where her husband's siblings kept trying to stab each other in the back. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. In that case, wouldn't it be better just to stay locked up in this room forever? No way. No, that ridiculous notion brought a bitter smile to Natsuhi's face. She was starting to sound like Kienzo. Oh my God, that's fair enough. And it's actually really quite interesting. I don't really know why Kienzo turned against the family so much. Well, no, it was because, for example, let's just say Kraus. You know, Kienzo totally losing trust in him because of Kraus disrespecting the servants and sort of thinking that he can order Kienzo's servants about, really. Though she often complained about Kienzo staying locked up in his own room and refusing to attend to everyone else, the truth was that she longed... Oh, God. Longed to do the same. And that's how he gave her head a small shake, and her fantasy... her fantasy was replaced by the reawakening of her usual... That's horrible. That really is. A constant headache. That must be a nightmare. Genuinely, I feel so bad. Yeah, when she reached for the doorknob trying to leave the room, her hand touched the scorpion charm that... Oh yeah, she had hung from it before going to sleep the previous night. Yeah. Hopefully the fact that Jessica's been really quite kind to her is gonna make her feel better. It was Malia's charm, which Natsuhi had received from Jessica. Yeah. Didn't Jessica say something about it having the power to repel magic, telling her to hang it on from her donut? Oh, is it? Yeah. It's actually really quite interesting that, I suppose so, and, you know, the fact that she's been able to get a little bit of peace here. Obviously not much, but at least, you know, she isn't starting a really stressful day in a really stressful place as well. Maybe it was thanks to the charm that at least this room had been protected from the malice of her husband's siblings. Yeah, so as she thought this, her mood began to get a little more cheerful. That's good. Yeah, fair, yeah. I wonder if I have Jessica to thank for that little bit of peaceful sleep I managed to receive. And it is actually impressive for a conflict, for a family conference and conflict this significant, then, yeah, getting impressive amounts of, getting small amounts of sleep could genuinely be called impressive. Then Natsuki remembered. That's right, last night I promised Jessica that I'd give her... Oh, yeah, a charm of my own in exchange for this one, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, she actually has a charm with her. Natsuki opened a drawer in her dresser and took out an antique accessory case that she had treasured when she was a child. Inside, there were many small objects that Natsuki had thought were valuable at the time. From amidst those, she pulled out a red pouch. Inside was a small, round mirror about 10 centimeters across. Interesting. That's actually really quite... That's so sweet though. So, yeah, I'm assuming that this room here is actually the one she, you know, she potentially slept in when she was a child. This is probably the room she's been sleeping in all her life until, you know, she left the Ushidomiya household. Yeah. God, that's amazing. It must be so nostalgic, just being able to do stuff like this. Interesting. It looked quite old, but the design on the back of the mirror was very ornate, and it felt like something with historical value. Oh. Oh, interesting. At the very least, it seemed much more authentic than the other than the other charm, which looked like a plastic scorpion keychain. She had heard that this was a spiritual mirror for warding off evil spirits, and she had been given it specially by her grandmother when her grandfather's mementos had been distributed. God, that's actually really quite nice of her, wow. Yeah, that must be totally special though. I mean, my god, Natsuki's grandma, that must be, you know, mid-19th century? Ridiculous. It had been believed since long ago that a strange power resided in this mirror. Oh, perhaps people thought it could reflect calamity and malice in the same way it reflected light. Interesting. Natsuki returned the mirror to its pouch. It would probably be a fitting object to hand over to Jessica. Yeah, fair enough. It sounds like something of real importance. Oh, God. Yep. Fun's over. This is probably the servants. And they're probably concerned about where Gordai is. Yeah, her stress is going to very, very quickly reawaken. Just as she was placing it in her pocket, the sound of somebody knocking on the door suddenly echoed throughout the room.
Hi.
Yes? Oh, yeah. Good morning, Madam Miss Genji. Nah, she was awake already, but that shows the urgency of this. My apologies for waking you so early. I'm coming now. What is it? No servant had ever come to work this early in the morning, nor had they wanted to wake her in person. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I do find that really quite interesting about the mirror, by the way. You know, it warding off evil spirits. Yeah, it can reflect. That's actually really quite interesting. It can reflect emotions. It can reflect power, I suppose. That is weird. The fact that it can... I suppose you can use that mirror to, I don't know, like, if you're really quite happy, you can reflect it in the mirror. You can, maybe if you, oh, I don't really know. It's quite weird, it just doesn't really work, but yeah. It's interesting still. Not very scientific, but okay. Yeah, definitely. It is serious. I mean, yeah. No servant had ever come to her this early in the morning, nor had they come to wake her in person. Perhaps something bad had happened. Yes, I think so. I really do wonder what's actually happened regarding Gorda. Maybe he could be the 19th person. Well, not the 19th person, but sorry, the 18th person. That may have been disguising as Beatrice. Who knows? A servant is most likely, if you ask me. Maybe some fatal oversight had been made while preparing breakfast. Well, that's a little bit too wishfully thinking. He hasn't even appeared. Something that would shame the household in front of the guests. Yeah, Natsuki took a deep breath in anticipation for whatever trouble she was about to hear of. Yeah, then she opened the door. Genji once again gave a morning greeting while bowing deeply. Yeah, he definitely wants to highlight his respect. Yeah, that's interesting though. I mean, any oversight, it would shame the household in front of the guests, though. They can't have it. Natsuki tentatively responded. Good morning. Did something happen? My apologies. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it would seem the telephones are broken down due to lightning last night. Oh, right. Oh, that's annoying. That's going to make communication a lot harder in case of anything actually happening. The extension telephone isn't working, so please forgive my coming to see you directly. The extension telephone isn't working. Yeah, that would be troublesome. Will it be possible to fix it? Yeah, that is tricky. I'm afraid we don't know the location of the damage. Yeah, good. Later on, I would like to call in an expert and have him repair it. I just find it really quite funny that this is not the only piece of bad news he has. Does that mean we'll be unable to have it repaired until after the typhoon passes? In theory, yeah. Then it will remain broken down for the duration of our guest's stay. Yeah. It may, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Will that hamper our efforts to care for our guests? Yeah, that's good. We'll do all we can to ensure there are no problems. I hope they can succeed. Very well. I'm counting on you to make sure we have no blunders. Yeah, fair. Natsuki let out a small smile of relief. She had been prepared for the worst. Oh! Oh, I feel bad. She's feeling relieved. Wait until she hears the next part. She had been prepared for the worst, but damage to the telephones wasn't the kind of trouble she was worried about. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Then again, even this would probably be enough to spark sarcasm from Eva. Oh, yeah, that is awful. Yeah. I feel really bad for her. She's trying so hard to actually organise this and obviously be of real use to the Ushinomiya family, and yet you just have people like Eva being complete ungrateful ourselves. And, you know, when she spots an opportunity, she will take it. Yeah, Natsuki gave her head a light shake. Are the preparations for for breakfast proceeding well? Yeah. Yeah, as to that, we haven't been able to find Gorda. The arrangements for the breakfast have yet to be carried out. It is interesting that all the pieces of the game board have been set up now regarding what's actually going to happen in relation to the build-up of the miracle that will cause magic to happen, really. In Kinsaw's words, at least. Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's totally gonna... Yeah, what did you say? Oh my god, I know. Yeah, this is gonna look so bad on her, though, seriously. Nutter, he was indignant. Yeah, fair to this. To her, this was a much bigger problem than the phone song. yeah, I find it really quite funny that, you know, the only reason it was actually mentioned was because she brought up the subject. I mean, if she didn't, I wonder if it would have actually been mentioned. It probably would have, but still. Yeah, it is. It really is. Because this is going to look so much worse on her. It's going to guarantee, you know, it's going to guarantee rejection, really. And despite that, this piece of information was the part that had been postponed. I know! Why did everything go well Why did everything go well most of the time, and then come to something like this when the relatives were visiting? Yeah, that is just the worst luck. Natty put her hand to her forehead and shook her head. Yeah. Well, I suppose he slept in. Yeah, I really wonder. Oh, damn. At any rate, just see to it that somebody hurries up and prepares breakfast. I don't care who. What? Wait, what? I don't understand what could have just suddenly happened. Is there going to be butterflies? Natty exited into the hall and turned around for a second to close the door to her room. The creepy thing she saw there silenced her completely. What? Oh my... I have fucking goosebumps! This is creepy. It was an unpleasant sight, as though somebody had dipped their fingers in a reddish-black liquid. What? And scratched at the door, around the doorknob. I don't think it would be a prank. I think that is, what's his name? Gorda. Yeah. It was probably some sort of awful prank, arranged by some person who wanted to make it look as though they tried to force the door with bloody hands. Why would they do that, though? It doesn't make sense. What? Yeah, what sort of prank is this? Is it a prank, though? How awful? No, I don't disagree. Yeah, I don't believe that Genji would be. He's too mature to do something like that. But to be fair, he could be working with the master in this one. I don't know. I don't really know what it would gain though. I just noticed it was okay to call you. I will clean it later. What is this though? That is actually really quite odd though. So I don't understand why. Well, I'm assuming somebody's been bleeding. I think it's probably Gorda. Let's be honest here. And then they've realised that Natsuhi's door was locked. Natsuhi was in a, you know, sleeping pill-induced sleep. So as a result, she was in a really heavy state of sleep. She wasn't going to wake up anytime soon. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. Wait. That's actually quite interesting. So if you have a faster metabolism rate, then you can actually break down and absorb the medication quicker, which causes you to wake up quicker because the effects decrease quicker. Interesting. So I suppose, I don't know, she hadn't undergone metabolism, or maybe she just hadn't heard it. I don't know. The door is quite far from her bed in relation to the room. That is weird though. That really is. I wonder what that means. Like genuinely, I have no idea. It would make sense if there was a body, but there isn't, so yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, this is a wild gold joke by one of the guests. I wonder. Yeah, disgusting. Truly disgusting. No, I know. If it is a guest's joke, that's horrible. It really is. I mean, I get that they have no respect for each other whatsoever. But if it's this bad, then... yeah, that is sad. Who in the world will pull such a childish and disgusting... yeah, fair. Yeah, and I think he had a pretty good idea. But of course there was no Eva. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you don't want to accuse Eva of things. Especially because of all that stuff, for example, yesterday. That would be very hypocritical. But of course there was no proof. So even if she pushed the issue, it would just seem as though that she was making a fuss about nothing. Yeah, definitely. In fact, it would surely be better to act as though she hadn't even realised that such a prank had been played on her. I really, really do wonder, because obviously, well, if they act as if this has never happened, then I wonder if they're really missing out on a big clue to something. And after he gave the order to have it cleaned and headed off to the parlour with a squeak of her heels even. Right, I really wonder what's actually going to happen here. When Natsuki and Genji arrived in the parlour, Eva and Hideyoshi were already there. Damn. Surprises me. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Natsuki. Haha, funny joke that. I heard Gordo-san will be making us breakfast too. Oh god, my stomach's been getting all excited since I woke up. That's not very good. Oh, we sound so happy as well. But something may have happened to him. I wonder what Natsuki is actually going to say now that she knows. That is weird about the bloody doorknob, though. I just wonder what that signifies. Yeah, fair. After all, it seems food is all you can look forward to at the family household. Fair enough. Even though it's hell in terms of conflict, at least that is the case. Yeah, pleased to see that you two were in high spirits so early in the morning, Eva-san. With a weary expression, Natsuki returned Eva's gaze, which was fiercely competitive despite the early hour. Oh. Then Kanon jogged in. After bowing an apology to the relatives for running inside the mansion. Oh, running! He noticed Genji and told him something in a small voice. Kanon. Wait, she's asking that in front of those two? Have you still not found Gorda? My apologies, madam. What? He could be in his room and he could be oversleeping, by the way. It's just odd that there is blood. That is the only reason this is odd. I went all over the inside of the mansion and the guest house. I still haven't found him. Yeah, where in the world has he gone? Fair, yeah. At any rate, breakfast is a higher priority than finding Gorda right now. See to it immediately. Yeah, I really wonder who's actually going to make it. I mean, what's her name? Kumasawa can cook. It's going to be nowhere nearly as good as Gorda's, but at the same time, she's old. I'm sure she's had a lot of experience cooking. Or at least I sure hope she has. Yes. Kanon glanced at Genji. It seemed he had something else to report, but was uncertain whether or not the words should come from him. What? What is it? Fuck you. And Genji nodded and decided to give the report himself. Madam. It's not only Gorda. What the fuck? That's really weird. Your husband is also nowhere to be found. My husband? Yes. Okay, that is properly weird. That is probably weird though. Why would he not be in his room? Maybe the same could apply with, what's his name? Gorda. Oh my god, even before visiting you, I went to his room to tell him that breakfast wasn't being prepared, but I did not find him there. What? Furthermore, he's not the only one missing. What the fuck is happening? Udo-sama, his wife, and Rosa-sama are nowhere to be found. Why is Eva there though? That makes no sense. Kirie, out of all people, that makes...
Guest house ni mo?
Not Natsuhi either. Not in the guest house.
Yashiki ni mo desu ka?
Nor the mansion.
Hai.
Yes.
Guest house no buya ni mo oraremasen.
They were not in their rooms in the guest house either. That is properly weird. Okay, yeah. It's weird when Godard alone is missing. But the fact that, you know, Nozakiria, Rudolph, and Blimmin' Kraus are missing. What the fuck has happened? Like, genuinely. Where and how have they disappeared? Yeah. Like, as if they disappeared. Maybe they could have just been... No, I do find it really quite interesting. There is a big mystery regarding what's happened to Rudolph especially, and maybe what's happened to him has happened to all of the other people. I mean, that would be the most logical assumption. He said to Kirie and, what's his name? Matala that, you know, he will be killed. Yeah, not something very pleasant, but, yeah... When she'd heard that Goldar alone was missing, she'd assumed he had slept in or was loafing around somewhere. I like that phrase. However, now that she learned that several of the relatives were also nowhere to be seen, she began to take a slightly more optimistic view. Could last night's family conference have continued all night up until the present moment? If so, they might have wanted to cool their heads after being shut in a stuffy room. Fair, but firstly it's raining, and secondly... Yeah, it just doesn't really sound like something they do. But that could be reasonable. If so, they might have wanted to cool their heads after being shut in a stuffy room, going out for walks on their own through the rain. Why would all of them do that though? Why Kirie though? Oh, the part about cooling their heads really sounded like something Kraus would say. Oh yeah, Gorda had probably been summoned to accompany them and aid them in some way. Yeah, understandable. Gorda was not a man who lost track of time. He had to understand that preparations for breakfast would be hindered if he did not return. Yeah, definitely. And like we saw before, he is a perfectionist. He will only have tasks completed to the utmost quality. So it's just really quite odd that he's basically defying his unusual personality. I mean, nothing's changed, or at least you'd hope. I mean, quite literally cooling their heads. However, maybe the family conference had continued until this very moment. Maybe. Oh, yeah, fair. With an atmosphere that would make it hard for anyone to slip up. That's fair, yeah. Yes, that theory would be quite convincing for Natsuhi. She remembered the illusion she felt that morning. It's like the previous night and then never ended. Yeah, because maybe for these people it actually hasn't, and it's just gone forever, or gone on forever, really. When she learned that the feeling wasn't just an illusion, she once again took a deep, weary breath. After all, that banquet of 50 vultures circling Kinzo's property was still going on. God, that is such an awful analogy. Yeah, fair. Maybe. Perhaps they are still discussing the inheritance somewhere in the garden, or maybe in the beach. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's really tricky. At any rate, if we don't call Gorda back, we'll never be able to begin preparations for breakfast. So what are you saying? Yeah, you really wonder. Without ever, interesting that, if that theory's true. So what are you saying? Are Nissan and the rest continuing their discussion? She had planned to say it in a small voice, but Hideyoshi overheard Natsuki and managed to grasp it. Oh god, Eva, that's going to be a nightmare because of her having heard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I really do wonder what's actually happened. I mean, this would make sense, and I would actually agree with Natsuki's theories. If Rudolph didn't say, like, we're going to be killed. That's weird. Very weird. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Oh god. Nissan and Rudolph are tough. Maybe it's just you from Rosa's case.
私たち、夕べの24時過ぎにはもう眠くてベッドに戻らせてもらったんだけど。
Just a bit after midnight, the two of us were so tired that we headed back to bed.
確かにあの時点でも、まだ兄さんたちは熱論を交わしてたわ。
Interesting. Now that is really quite interesting that all of the people that had a heated discussion are also disappearing the next day. Though I do remember that Nissan and the rest were still having a heated discussion at that point.
男って熱くなると嫌ね。
Yeah, so are you. Yeah, men certainly are unpleasant when they all get fired up. Natsuki snorted, her face still blank. Yeah.
カノン、表を探してらっしゃい。
Canon,
ゴ
search
ーダを見つ
outside.
けたらすぐに戻って朝食の準備をするよう伝えなさい。
If you find Gordar, please tell him immediately. Tell him to return immediately and begin preparing breakfast.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
夏日姉さん、表とは限らないわよ。
They don't, no, but the fact is they've searched the entirety of the mansion. They could still be sleeping though, it's a possibility. Yeah, Natsuki-san, right? We don't know for sure that they're
お
outside, do we?
父様の書斎ってことはないかしら。
Now that is a good question.
なるほど。
Could they
考
be
え
inside
ら
Father's
れん
study?
話やないで。
I see that's certainly
ど
possible.
ういう話の流れかはわからんが。
Oh my god, could you imagine if the father has actually... Oh, if the father has came down. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, that really isn't good because that is going to signify the end and the summoning of Beatrice as well, I think. I think I remember him saying that. I see that's certainly possible. I don't know what path their
お
conversation
父
took.
さんの主催に場所を移してお父さんにも混じってもらって議論を続けてるっちゅう可能性
Yeah, I
は
wonder.
十分あるやろ。
But there's certainly a chance they moved to father's study and let him in on the discussion.
そのような汚らわしい話題を好んでお父様が書斎へ招き入れることな
Yeah,
ど
me neither.
考えられません。
Yeah. I can't imagine that the father would willingly let them bring such a detestable topic into a study. Yeah.
あらそ
I
う
agree, honestly. You really think so? To be fair, there were 3 of them and they're probably going to be really, really oppressive.
ああ仕方ないわね。
Well then, there's nothing we can do. Yeah!
源氏さんとカノン君は申し訳ないけど外を探してきてちょうだい。
I'm sorry, Genji-san and Kanon-kun, but could you search outside?
確かに兄さんなら頭を冷やすために外を散歩しようなんて言い出しても不思議はないわ。
Yeah, it wouldn't be that strange for Nissan to suggest that they go outside for a walk to cool their
た
heads.
とえこんな天気でもね。
Yeah, even in this
私
weather.
はお父様の書斎に行ってくるわ。
That would be interesting. I'll go to
ひ
father's
ょっ
study.
とするとそこにいるかもしれないしね。
That would be really surprising, but maybe. Who knows? They might actually be there after all.
客人であるエヴァさんにそこまでのご足労はおかけできません。
Eva-san, I couldn't ask a guest like you to exert
私も
herself,
行ってき
so
ます。
I will go. Oh.
朝のご挨拶も兼ねて。
I could also wish him a good morning while I'm at it.
あら、じゃあお願いするわね。
I'm surprising. I am not surprising, sorry. I'm surprised that that went so well for Natsuhi. Oh, then I'll leave it in your hands.
でも朝の挨拶を交わしてくれるかは疑
Oh
わしい
my
わ
god,
ね。
definitely. Why would he? I mean, he's Kinzo after all. Though I somehow doubt he'll return your
夏日
greeting.
姉さんってお父様とは仲よろしかったかしら？
God, she just sounds so intimidating. She really, really can't help it. But it's just how she talks. Like, even if she's trying to be friendly here, which I don't really get the impression of, she is so intimidating. Like, genuinely. Natsuhine-sama, have you always been on such good terms with father?
仲が良いかは分かりかねますが、
I don't know whether you could call it that.
後ろ宮家の跡継ぎの妻を許されるだけの信頼を得ていると確信してい
Yeah,
ます。
that means nothing. But I'm sure that I have gained his trust as the wife of the successor to the Ushidomiya family.
ならきっと返事くらいはしてくれるわね。
I just find it so funny how much if I enjoy stuff like this. Like, seriously. Yeah, then I'm sure he'll at least
お
answer
父
you,
様
right?
とは朝食くらいご一緒したいの。
Yeah, that's not possible. Wish for other things. You'll be much better off. I'd like to at least wish... I'd like to at least have breakfast with
ぜ
father.
ひ降りてきてくださるよ。説得してくれないかしら？
Do you think you could convince him to... You could convince him to come down and
私
join
た
us?
ちはすっかり嫌われちゃってるみたいだけど、そこまで信頼を得ている夏日姉さんの言うことなら
Always trying to
聞いてくれそう
drill
ですも
stuff in, my
の。
god. Yeah, it seems that he thoroughly despises the rest of us, but I'm sure he will listen to you if he trusts you that... Yeah... That must be so unpleasant. Especially if you've just woken up as well. Yeah...
そこまで短歌を切ってお父様を説得できず、一人で降りてきちゃったりしたら。
Oh god, after speaking so boldly, if you're unable to convince father and calm down alone...
信頼を得ているなんて二度と言えないかもね。
Yeah, then I doubt you'll ever be able to claim that you've earned his trust again. Yeah, fair. I mean, to be fair, I don't really disagree with that, but still...
自信はありませんが、努力はします。
Yeah, I just find it really quite funny. I mean, to be fair, Natsuhi is never really happy. She really isn't, but this time you can just, you know, really hear the anger that she's trying to hold back. I'm not confident, but I'll try. Natsuhi responded, looking discouraged. Yeah. However, knowing Kinzo's temperament... Temperament? It's just such a weird word because it looks so similar to temperature and my eyes are really tired, so I just thought it was that. However, knowing Kinzo's temperament, she had absolutely no confidence in her ability to bring him out. Yeah, I think it's very unlikely, like... Yeah. I don't even know why she thinks of it as possible. If I was clearly mocking her, confident that Natsuhi wouldn't be able to get Kinzo to calm down. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But even so, Natsuhi would lose face if she gave up, saying it was impossible and letting Eva go instead. Yeah, Eva's mean-spirited and unreasonable demand made Natsuhi clenched her fist slightly. Oh, when Genji realised this, he softly spoke to her over her shoulder.
奥様
Really wonder what this is going to be. Madam,
よろしければこれをお持ちください
please take this if you would. What is
そ
it?
れは
And this is... What? Genji handed Natsuhi a sparkling gold key of ornate design. Oh my god! Wow! It was the key to Kinzo's study. The study had an auto lock and couldn't be unlocked as long as Kinzo forbade entrance. However, since Genji was especially trusted by Kinzo, he was allowed to carry a key to that door. Yeah!
でもこの鍵を使ったら
Yeah,
あなたも
exactly.
咎
That's
め
what
を
I
受け
thought.
るのではありませんか
But if this key is used, won't you also receive the blame?
親方様は深くお休みになられている時、
When the master is
扉
sleeping
を
deeply,
叩くくらい
simply
ではお耳に届かないこともございます。
knocking on the door will not suffice.
それに親方様にお部屋を出ていただくよう説得するには
Well, yeah, definitely, yeah.
扉越しでは難しゅうございましょ
I
う。
just don't really understand what's actually going to happen here, though. I just genuinely don't get how this is going to progress. He's never going to want to listen to Natsuhi, there's no way. And it would be more difficult to persuade the master to leave his room if you must talk through the door.
ぜひ
Yeah.
お使い
Please
くだ
use
さい。
this.
源氏
Genji. That is really surprising. Yeah. Until now, Natsuhi had thought of Genji as a cold servant who wouldn't do anything for her, since he worked directly under Kinzo. Yeah, that's good. He doesn't really seem like a cold person. He doesn't seem like a bully whatsoever. He seems like a person that is definitely one that, you know, you do not mess with, but a nice person at the same time. But it looked like she wouldn't have to alter her understanding of him. She wanted to communicate her gratitude, but by then, Genji had already turned his back on her and was walking down the corridor with Kanon. Yeah, I mean, it's very busy. It really is. But as Natsuhi watched them go, the words directed at her before were sneering.
じゃあお父様を必ず連れてきてね。
Oh god, now she has even more means of, you know, being able to get Kinzo. So yeah, that's awful. Well then, you must bring father with you,
息子
okay?
のかわいい嫁の言うことですもの。きっと聞いてくれるわよ。
Jesus fucking Christ. Give it a rest. After all, it's his son's precious wife who's asking. I'm sure he'll listen to you. God. Just don't understand why she feels such a need to bully
私た
her.
ちは客人だから、ここでのんびりくつろがせてもらうわ。
Yep, exactly. They're guests. I feel bad for Hideyoshi. I mean, he is not the bullying sort at all. It's his wife. But they love each other as well. That's the worst thing. We guess we'll just relax here at our...
予算買えば
Yeah,
口が
yeah,
過ぎる
definitely.
で
Yeah, I think it's good that... I feel bad for him for having her as a wife sometimes, yeah. I'm surprised George is such a good person, though. He's definitely taken onto Hideyoshi more than ever. God. Whatever, you're
すまん
taking
が
this
夏
too
希
far.
姉さんお父さんのことをよろしく頼むわ
Yeah, sorry, Natsuhi-san, but we're counting on you to deal with father. Yeah. Without answering, Natsuhi forcefully spun around on her heels and quickly left that... Yeah, fair. Yeah, get away from that. That's poison. Oh, what is going to happen here? What the fuck is going to happen? Oh, it's going to be dragged out. You serious, man? Yeah, fair enough, actually. Oh my god, I wonder what they did in their card game. After all that excitement the previous night, there was no way anyone was going to work up early. And George, Aniki, Jessica and I were snoring loudly on the beds in the cousin's room. Oh, right. Yep. I somehow don't... doesn't surprise me. Oh my god. But Maria, who had gone straight to bed without joining him, was completely awake. Oh yeah, fair enough actually. She went to bed earlier as well. Is she going to wake everyone up? As she rubbed her sleepy eyes and looked around, she was met with the loud snoring of the other three cousins. For a while, Maria had to think about what had happened. Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah, that's a shame. After that, she realised that her mother wasn't with her, and she quickly got lonely. Yeah. Maria left the cousin's room, trying to head to the room that had been arranged for her and her mother. Oh my god, yeah! Paying no heed to the three who were sleeping soundly, she slammed the door shut. Jesus Christ, these people are heavy sleepers. Wow. In response, Battle mumbled and not rolled over in his sleep, but it wasn't enough to wake him up. After a while, Maria returned, once again opening the door with a lively bang! Oh. When she had left the room, her face had been sleepy, but now that she was back, she looked irritated. Oh, I just find that really quite funny. What? What? Oh my god! After that, she climbed up on Battler's bed, which just happened to be the closest, and started yelling and jumping on it like it was a trampoline. Wake up. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't even want to imagine what he's thinking is happening. Isn't it an enemy raid? Surround them! After making sure I was awake, Maria moved over to Jordan Yuki's bed and started jumping on that too. In that manner, the three of us were all greeted with an extremely pleasant wake. I can't believe that. So firstly, you know, she really slams the door, doesn't give a fuck about the fact that they're all asleep, and then does it again, and then she jumps on their beds and screams out. This is why they should not have kids. Yeah, and they just have to say that instead of, fuck you! And thanks for waking us up, Maria-chan. You stopped us from sleeping in after that late night. Seriously, if only you could have been a little bit more gentle about it. Oh my god, I know. I mean, who would not be fucking pissed off if they were woken up like that? Josni-san, you really are an adult. I respect that. It would be 7 o'clock soon. Well, it's not really a bad time to wake up. Me when the battler yawn. Best line of Umineko. Yeah, so she hasn't actually been able to find Rosa. Maybe, I wonder where they're going to go next. Oh god, yeah, because they were all staying at the mansion because of the fact that, firstly, Natsuhiro prepared the rooms in the mansion and they didn't want to get soaked. Mama's not here. Oh, god. No, the worst thing is, you could think of the rational explanation of her being in the mansion, but she's not there either, apparently. Oh my god. She wasn't in her room. Oh wait, she did go into the guest house after all. Oh wait, no, that does make sense because if I remember correctly, she saw them off. Well, no, she saw them off at the mansion, I thought. Wait, let me check this. Come on. 67,000 frames per second. Let's go. Yeah, so she'd come as far as the guest house. Maybe it was just a few people's rooms that were being prepared in the mansion as opposed to in the guest house. Maybe this one was in the guest house because, you know, Maria's there. Rosan needs to be near her kid. Not here. Oh god, now she's actually going to be really scared because, yeah, understandably, her mum isn't there. Yeah, Monica kept groaning and looking unhappy. Yep, this is not a very nice start to the day. They need to help her find her mother. Oh my god. She didn't exactly seem lonely because her mother wasn't around. Oh, it was more like she was irritated and thrown off balance because her mother wasn't where she'd been expected. I think it's both because we actually saw from beforehand that, you know, she did feel a little bit lonely, but she's annoyed that, I don't know, her mother wasn't there where she was expected. Maybe she's just thinking that, you know, her mother could have, I don't know, rejected her, abandoned her. I don't know, just some sort of feeling of betrayal, really. If we could just tell her where her mother was, that alone would probably calm her down. Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst thing. But unfortunately, we had no way of knowing where Aunt Rosa was, except that she wasn't here. Anyway, if it's time for breakfast, so let's head over to the mansion. That's right. Yeah, I really wonder what's actually going to happen. Maria, let's go to the mansion together, okay? I'm going to feel so bad for them for having to deal with Maria when, you know, she isn't. But at the same time, though, this is the thing that's difficult about Rosa not being there. I'm actually really quite surprised, you know, just how much Maria loves her mum. And I think it's really good that she does. And it's just really quite surprising that acts like, for example, the one that just happened, you know, the horrible, you know, act of Rosa just totally letting her anger out. It's surprising that doesn't completely tank the relationship she has with Maria to her, but no. Mama's in the mansion. Then I'll go there. Yeah, I guess we should go to the mansion. My parents are probably already gone there. Monica regained her usual composure so completely. Her earlier tantrum now seemed like a lie. God, that is actually really quite interesting, that. I mean, it's surprising, but at the same time, it just really shows how much of a total dependence Maria has to, you know, I suppose just being with her mother, really. It's really quite something. We got dressed, left the room, and headed for the mansion. Yeah. Oh, I wonder. I really do wonder. Definitely raining outside. Still, by the way. I always feel as if something's going to happen when that rain stops. Once again, there was a knocking sound on the study door. I am so happy they put this part next. Oh my god. But there was no answer. Yep, of course. Why would there be an answer? Ginzo is totally ignoring it. He seemed to be sleeping still and I could not wake him. Yeah, if she went downstairs and said something like that, Eva would probably be amused and triumphant. And putting Eva aside, it was problematic that Kinzo had stayed shut away during this entire, once-a-year conference, not even coming down to greet anyone. Exactly, yeah. Even the family head, no, especially the family head, couldn't fail to make an appearance. Yeah, it is weird. I wonder if I can convince him myself. I don't think so. There is no way. Natsuki readied herself and used the key that she'd borrowed from Genji to open the door. Oh my god, I wish her good luck, but yeah, I don't really think that's going to be possible. I wonder what she's going to be intruding on, by the way. I really do. I feel like it's definitely going to be something of real significance. I don't know, though. right, the door is being opened with the golden key. Oh my god, I wonder what's going to happen. I really, really do. Even though she was prepared for the sweet stench. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that horribly weird smell. She was prepared for the sweet stench, which seemed to eat into one's brain as it poured. Yeah, as it poured out the small crack in the door. She couldn't help but grimace. Thinking that he might still be sleeping, Natsuhi entered the room quietly. Oh. Interesting. I really wonder what he's actually going to say to her. How is she going to start the conversation? It's not going to be an easy conversation, this, my god. So you're alright? Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, how did you get in? Fair enough. No time for a good morning greeting? Yeah. He also spoke with his back still facing it. Yeah, his voice was not harsh, but calm. And not that he was slightly reassured. It still sounds harsh, but yeah, that's fair. However, though he was awake, he wouldn't have ignored all that knocking if he was in a good mood. Oh yeah, fair enough, actually. Oh god! Yeah. Natsuhi wasn't able to relax. Fair. My sincere apologies. I asked Genji-san and he allowed me to borrow the key to the study. Yeah, I hope he isn't going to be blamed for this. I wonder. Yeah, this is totally something Kraus has developed, this habit of saying that. Genji did? Yeah, definitely. That's good. If my friend thought that it was that important, then I have no choice but to listen. So, what business do you have with me? Well, she literally she was annoyed in her head at Genji for putting the most important issue last. My god, why is she doing the same? Talk about the fact that people have maybe disappeared. Well, breakfast will be ready soon, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would join us. Oh, wait here. God damn! Have we brought here like always? What's she gonna say? But father, this family conference happens once a year. Please, at least let them see your face. God, go back downstairs. That's understandable. If that's the only thing that is going to be there, then what is the point of him even going there? Yeah. Are you asking me to join in as they discuss how to chew up my inheritance after I die? How foolish. Yeah. Let them speak of such matters as they please without... Yeah. I mean, it's a fair question. I can really see his point of view. Oh my god, if that's what you call a family conference, it's hardly worth leaving the room. Oh, he was looking at the window. Well, to be fair, he may be having a break from what he's doing. Do not bother me, oh my god. His last words carried the threat that any further questions would not be appreciated. Yeah, fair, yeah. Natsuki realised that adding any further pleas would finally bring his wrath down upon her. Yeah, she didn't look forward to facing Eva's sarcasm, but there was nothing more Natsuki could do. Yeah.
そうですか。
Is that so?
わかりました。
Understood.
みんな残念がるでしょうが、そう伝えます。
Yeah, I'm sure everyone will be sorry to hear it, but I'll tell them. Natsuki decided to give up. Bowing silently, she tried to leave the room before Kinso's spasmodic temper could flow up. Yes, he really is a short-tempered man. To be honest, it definitely runs in the family. I mean, look at Loza, look at... who could we say? Eva! Oh my god, definitely her. Definitely her. I think Kraus and Rudolph are a little bit more contained. I don't know about Rudolph though, I've never really heard him yet. I've never really seen him in a situation where he could potentially get really angry. God, that really was pointless. And she did. Kinso spoke to her. His voice was... What? His voice was so calm and gentle, it felt like it came from an entirely different person.
Natsuki.
Natsuki.
後ろ宮の家に嫁ぎ、もう随分になるな。
It's been quite some time since you married into the Shidomiya family. I really wonder what she's actually bringing up, what he's actually going to bring up here. Yeah, you think it's all over? No way. Yes.
後宮を名乗ることを許されてから、もう随分になります。
It's been very many years since I was first permitted to bear the name Shidomiya. Interesting question. Do you sometimes long for your previous family? No.
嫁ぐとは成果を捨てることです。
That is... I mean, that is not true whatsoever, but okay. Marriage means abandoning your birth family, but to her it does.
私は後宮夏日。
I am Shidomiya
帰る
Natsuki.
家も懐かしむ家も、すべてはこの後宮の家のみです。
So it sounds like the other family she has is really hateful, and this obviously shows why she feels, so much upset about the fact that, Kraus has just shown her a piece of gold, and yet, she's felt totally betrayed about it because, her final chance to live in a good family may just totally be for nothing, really. It is interesting her view of marriage. Maybe that was the one she was brought up to have. I really wonder what her birth family was like and what happened for her to hate them so much. She truly wasn't exaggerating. No, such was the resolve she felt whenever she applied the Ushidomiya family name to herself. Yeah. Definitely, we see this in many more occasions that isn't just this one. And that's precisely why she say... Yeah, and that's precisely why she was so saddened when her husband didn't treat her like an Ushidomiya. Leaving her to race about in fact... Yeah, fair enough. Somebody of no worth whatsoever. If Kraus were a woman, then you were his husband. No, I wouldn't say that. Interesting.
それは
What do you mean by
ど
that?
ういう意味ですか、お父様。
Father? Natsuki was shocked. If Kinso's words just now were what they seemed, it would have been more than enough to make up for all she'd suffered up to that point.
忘れよ。
Forget it.
年寄りのざれ言だ。
Oh, it's just a nod of an old man. Hmm. Damn. Kiza once again faced away from her. He told her to forget it, but Natsuhi couldn't help but feeling of warmth in her heart. That's surprising, father.
この夏日は血はつながらずともお父様の娘です。
Even though I, Natsuhi, am not connected to you by blood, I am still your daughter.
後ろ宮家の名誉も栄光も、
I'll most assuredly see to it.
そして
That's really
お
quite
父様が
nice.
残されたものもすべて。
That your honor and glory and everything you
こ
have
の
left
夏
behind.
日が必ずや守ってみせますから。
Interesting. No, but at the same time, I don't really understand this because a lot of it is going to go to. Well, wait, no. None of it is going. It's just going to go to nobody in the end because that is if nobody finds out the riddle of the golden epitaph. That's interesting, that. I'm actually really quite surprised that Kinzo, for the people he respects more and the people that he doesn't find totally, you know, disgusting and greedy and ruined and, you know, just bad in general, he can actually respect them and talk to them a little bit. It's really, it's genuinely shocking. Like, I did not expect this whatsoever. You do not have the right to wear the one-winged eagle.
しかし、お前の心には確かに片翼のわしが刻まれている。
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that from the person that is at the top. For him to be saying that must really, really... For him, a stubborn man that is never, ever persuaded or convinced or biased. For that to be said, that must be really quite something, yeah. However, the one-winged eagle was surely engraved in your heart. Yeah.
ならばお前は間違いなく我が血族で後宮家の栄光を引き継ぐものだ。
What? That is irrefutable proof that you are my blood relative, one who will inherit the glory of the Ushidomiya family.
お前の衣服にわしがないことを嘲笑う者もいよう。
Some will sneer that there is no eagle on your
しか
clothes.
し、それに耳を貸すことはない。
But such words are not worth lending an ear to. True, yeah, definitely. Ever, in other words. That's interesting. So battlers out. Only those who hold the eagle in their hearts are my true blood relatives. And I consider it an honor that you were welcomed into the Ushidomiya family. That is really quite interesting. If you have it in your heart and you believe, and you don't just use the family, you don't use it, you really, really try to do everything you can for it, and you really serve under it, really, and it's just a thing in general that I suppose really, really changes your life, and you are actually a good person as well, then yeah, you have the right to be in the family. That's actually really quite surprising that, you know, Kinzo, out of all people, I never would have expected him to say this. But to be honest, I think this really could be what Natsuhi needs right now. I mean, even though the problems with Kraus would still be there, and all the family as well. Oh, by the way, this is going to be such a good thing to brag to Eva about. Oh my god. Well, somebody's going to be on the upper hand. Oh shit. That's really nice of him. Without saying anything more, Kinzo remained with his back to Natsuhi. However, Natsuhi couldn't help but feel something warm well up inside her that she hadn't felt since long ago, when she had just been a child. Natsuhi bowed silently to his back and left it. What the genuine fuck? What the? That's ridiculous. So she hasn't felt warm feelings of satisfaction since she was a kid? I'm just finding it so impossible to picture somebody that has had a full life with a kid, with a husband, with all of that, has never ever experienced these, you know, the warm feelings that she's actually experienced here. That's ridiculous. That really is. Nothing bowed silently to his back and left the room. Yeah. God, that really was surprising.
ちょうどいいタイミングだったわね。
Oh, good time. Was she listening
お
in?
父様の様子
How
は
was
どう？
father?
あんまり遅いから様子を見に来ちゃったのよ。
Yeah, you were taking so long, so I had to check. When Natsuhi left the study, she saw Eva. Yeah, just having, like, you know, a really, really nice warmth that you obviously appreciate and you're really happy about. And then this bitch shows up. When Natsuhi left the study, she saw Eva climbing the stairs, and their eyes met. Eva was smirking unpleasantly, thinking that Natsuhi would leave grudgingly after failing to convince Kinzo. I mean, she did fail to convince him, but at least she got something from it herself. However, the way Natsuhi was now, such a frivolous laugh would not disturb her. Yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah. I can imagine what, you know, she said about status really, really hurt her. Yeah, that's such a nice thing. Yeah, she was not permitted to wear the family crest on her clothing, but she had it in her heart. Yeah, but she was permitted to wear it in her heart. And yeah, somebody like you would be the other way around. So she spoke calmly, clearly, and confidently, with the dignity of the one who would protect the Ushidomi her family's glory.
お父様は親族会議にはおいでにならないそうです。
Yeah, father said he would not join in on the family
汚
conference.
らわしい議題に関心はないと仰せです。
Yeah, he said he has no interest in discussing such obscene matters. Yeah. Oh, good for her. I really wonder what Eva's actually going to say.
Yeah,
I figured you'd say something like that.
お父様を説得できなかったんなら素直にそう言えばいいじゃない。
God. Yeah, if you've failed to persuade father, just say so.
哀れですね。
Oh, pitiful.
お父様が嘆かれるお気持ちも分かろうというものです。
Fair! Yeah, because... Yeah, I'm beginning to see why father lamented so.
それはどういう意味よ。
Oh, God. You have been bullying her. You have been so nasty and really, really trying to provoke her as much as possible. And then when she retaliates, the second she retaliates, boom, she gets worse and worse. God, I feel so bad for Natsuhi for having to bear with somebody like this. Like, seriously, it must be awful. Natsuhi did Naza. Oh yeah, give a bully what they want the most. Ignorance. Just as Kinzo had done earlier, she showed Eva her back as she headed down the stair. Yeah, that's really good, yeah. Yeah, nice one. Dodge a fight. Eva finally realised that she was being made fun of. Yeah, that something had happened to quickly bolster Natsuhi's confidence. Even so, she apparently didn't have the courage to risk Kinzo's wrath. Definitely not. No. Unable to even knock on the door. She could only click her tongue and Make a motion as though scratching at it and follow after Nutty. Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting that even though you're a bully, you're totally a coward inside. You can't do what, you know, the person that was brave and obviously the person that has actually got approval from father had got, really. I mean, yeah, that is interesting. It's proper typical bully trait. That's funny, that. I wonder what she's going to say when she follows Nutty.
兄さんたちはいたの？
No, that's the worst thing. So were Nissan and the rest there?
お父様に聞いたの？
Well, she didn't because she maybe thought it would be irresponsible because of the fact that the servants are looking for them. To be honest, I think they should have asked after the servants had a full confirmation that they weren't anywhere to be seen. So when Nissan and the rest there, did you ask father about them?
引きそびれましたが、書斎の中にはいませんでした。
I feel like that's a real mistake, but at the same time I think if Nutty had actually got the chance to ask Beatrice, yeah, Kinzo would have gotten into a tangent and, you know, he would not be friendly as a result. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask, but they were not inside the study.
お父様が夫たちの下船な話のために入室を許すこともありえませんから、行き先を知ることもないでしょう。
Father would never let them into his room to discuss such a lowly topic. Yeah, so it is unlikely he knows wherever they were.
使用人たちが探してくれるのを待ちましょう。
Yeah, let's go downstairs and wait for the servants to return from their search.
朝食は遅れますが、お茶でもいかがです？エヴァさん。
You have got to be a fucking diligent person. If you can see a person who gains nothing but satisfaction in bullying you, and then, you know, us, the housekeeper, asked them for tea, that's insane. I really admire her. I really do. That would be fine. If I couldn't hide her confusion at the complete difference in Natsuhi's attitude. Yes, he was acting so boldly. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And while ever hated to admit it, she even had a sense of dignity about her. Yeah, unable to find fault with anything. If I could only follow Natsuhi back to the parlour. Yeah, that's good. That really is. Right, I wonder what's happening now. Oh right, when the two of them returned to the parlour, Hideyoshi had been joined by the 4 children and Nanjo. When the two of them returned to the parlour, well, like the mahjong parlour? No. When the two of them returned to the parlour, Hideyoshi had been joined by the 4 children and Nanjo. Oh, interesting. I wonder what's actually going to happen here. Genji, who had been talking with Hideyoshi, reported the current situation where he noticed that Natsuhi had returned. Oh, I wonder what it's going to be. I've just got to do something real quick. In other words, I've got to chug a drink. I've not got to chug a drink, but I've got to drink a drink. I wonder what the English language would be like if you could say food a food and drink a drink. That would be very weird. Don't really have time for breaks at the moment, so yeah. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
主人たちはまだ見つからないのですか？
You still have not found my husband and the rest. Why are they not there though?
はい。申し訳ございません。
What? Yes, my
あ
apologies.
と、熊沢が朝食の
Oh yeah,
準
that's
備に
good.
入
Yeah,
りま
yeah,
し
yeah.
た。
Also, Kumasawa has started preparing breakfast.
もう少し
Yeah.
時間をいただきたいとのことで
Yeah,
す。
she said that she would just need a little longer. Yeah, fair. The clock read a little past 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock should have been the time for to start. Oh my god, she's just started preparations for it. She's just started. Oh my god, that's awful. God, yeah. Yeah, normally going over the time limit would have been a disgrace to the host.
今、カノンが表を探しています。
Conan is now searching
そ
outside.
れから、シャノンの姿も見えません。
What? Also, no one has seen. Right. There is the connection. The butterflies. Beatrice. There's no way that this can't be Beatrice. Yeah, Conan is now searching outside. Also, nobody has seen Shannon either. That is weird.
シャ
though.
ノンまで？
Yeah, even Shannon's missing.
たく主人は何を従えて散歩に出かけたのですか？
No, I don't think that's the case. Truly, just how many people did my husband bring with him on his little walk? There is no little walk, I think. I kind of get the impression that it's either been some sort of act of murder or... Well, I don't really know what else it could be, to be honest. I mean, the blood would maybe signify so. Just how many people were gone missing by now? Now that the number was this large, it was starting to feel truly unpleasant, as though the people here were the only ones being left out of something interesting. Yeah, fair. At least that seemed to reflect the feelings of the children, and Maria in particular. She was indignant, her stomach grumbling, and almost as though her mother and the others had left her alone to go off and eat something delicious without her. Yeah. It is weird though. I really wonder if the number is just going to always increase. Yeah, I do wonder what the interesting thing they've been left out actually is though. Yeah. The other children were flipping through the channels on the television, trying to find a program that might interest Maria and cheer her up again. Yeah, that's nice, yeah. Nigel was sitting on the sofa, like, gazing blissfully at the children while reading a book. Yeah. It must have been a book about oh, yeah, funny that. Oh! Is it Conon's? The sound of footsteps came rushing towards them with a pitter-patter. There was only one set, so they realised before seeing who it belonged to that it was probably Conon, not Kraus and the rest.
奥様、失
Madam,
礼しま
excuse
す。
me.
その様子では見つけられなかったようですね。
Yeah, judging by your appearance, you still haven't been able to find them.
申し訳ございません。
My apologies.
まだ。
Okay, this is weird. Either there is some place outside that he hasn't actually thought of, which I don't think would be impossible. But still, though, that is weird. That would be enough.
ご苦労をかけました。
You've worked hard. Yeah, that... She didn't know where they were, but they had to be somewhere on the island. Really, though, they hadn't had a thing to eat since the previous night, so their stomachs must be growling about now. Yeah, definitely. Where are they? Genuinely, why did Rudolph say that he was going to get killed? Why did Kirie follow him? Why did they then both disappear? It's so weird. They probably come plodding back of their own accord before long. Will they? I think they may have been killed. I'm not even joking. I don't know though, it just seems so extreme. I don't get how everyone would suddenly die and why as well. It does make sense when you look at Kinzo and Beatrice. By the way, it is so weird about Kinzo and Beatrice because, like, Kinzo, when talking about magic, he is so much of a different person than to when he isn't really. It's so odd. Like, that kindness is so unexpected that I saw just there. Yeah. But now, Natsuki was thoroughly exasperated and started to feel that there was no reason for them to go out of their way and say, yeah.
私はお客様方にお茶のご用意をしに厨房へ行きます。
I'll go to the kitchen and prepare some tea for all
二
the
人とも早朝
guests.
からご苦労様でした。
Thanks to both of you for all your hard work so early in the morning. Yeah, it is really early in the morning, fair. Natsuki left the parlour. Well, it's early in the morning for traditional people, not for me. Early in the morning for me is 4 a.m. To be fair, I don't really get up at like 3, 4 a.m. anymore. I remember I used to have a habit, and like 2 years ago, I'd get up at 5 a.m. every day, nearly. Natsuki left the parlour, acting as though the release's intention had caused a new surge in her head. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, that's awful. Kanon tried to call her back, but Natsuki left swiftly. Oh. What is it?
まだ何かあるのか?
Was there something else?
はい。
Yes.
旦那様方のお姿を見つけることはでき
I
ま
was
せんで
unable
した
to
が、
find her husband or anyone else, but
その
well. Well, this is fitting. It's raining where we are as well. Well, the raining's still happening there. Conan sounded evasive. Something bad, potentially. It looked as though he didn't know where they were, but had spotted something that might be connected to their disappearance. Yeah, I agree. Eva and Hideyoshi noticed this exchange of words and came over. Yeah. They probably picked up on something strange in Connor's behaviour. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
どうしたんや、カノン君。
What's going on, Kanon-kun?
クラウス兄さんたちは見つかったんか?
Did you find Kraus, Nissan and everyone else?
実は
Actually.
バラ庭園の倉庫の様子がおかしいのです。
The Rose Garden storehouse looked strange.
様子がおかしい
What do you mean?
というのはどういう意味だ?
It looked strange.
それがその
It was,
何と説明すればいいのか。
how should I explain it? Oh my god, I really wonder what he's actually seen. He's being very evasive. Connor hesitated once more. His tone wasn't at all what you'd expect from this usually fearless but something bad. Seeing this, Eva and Hideyoshi looked at each other dubious. Yeah! I really wonder.
What do you
What do you mean?
倉庫の中に兄さんたちがいたんじゃないの?
Are you saying Nissan and the others were inside the storehouse? Why would they be in a Rose storehouse? It's such an odd place. Why would, for example, Gorda be there? Whereas, you know, he's just the cooking servant. He has no connection whatsoever. Doesn't really make much sense, that.
Yeah, 中はこれから調べます。
Oh, what was strange? No, I'm going to inspect the
そ
inside
の
now.
鍵を取りに戻ったところなのですが。
I just now came back to get the key, but
その
ようわからんが、とにかく中を調べればいいだけの
yeah,
話
me
じゃな
neither.
い
I
か。
don't really get it, but it sounds like we've just got to look around
そ
inside
の
it.
倉
Yeah.
庫の鍵はどこにあるんや?
Where's the key to that storehouse?
使用人室にあります。
It is in the servant room.
すぐに中を確かめましょう。
Let us check inside the storehouse at once. I wonder what's going to be here. This is the one place that they haven't actually checked inside. Kanon dashed off to the servant room and returned with the key. When Genji left the parlour, saying that he would go check, but then Eva and Hideyoshi followed after him. Yeah, interesting that. They definitely want to get the source. Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what actually looked dodgy in the storehouse. We'll find out, hopefully. What was this? Yeah, something strange about the storehouse that had caused this usually fearless Connell to hesitate. I agree. It was still butterflies, maybe? That's my guess. It was still pouring outside, but perhaps their curiosity over this something that Connell couldn't talk about won out. Yeah, while the children made a big fuss watching television. Yeah, I think they're definitely in a big fuss about the less serious things. Connell and the rest dashed over to the entrance. Ooh, right, I wonder what this is actually going to be. Oh. I wonder what's strange about it. The Rose Garden storehouse was a place that housed various tools to manage the garden. Right, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's actually really quite funny that even though it's pouring out there, they're going to go. It was definitely not a pretty building. Because of its appearance, it had been built so that it was hidden in the inner corner of the rose garden. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. That, yeah, that's really quite smart planning. Kanon, Genji, Eva, and Hideyoshi came cutting across the rose garden, holding umbrellas. Yeah, they entered a small path just off the rose garden, which was normally off limits for those appreciating the garden and only used by those maintaining it. As they dashed down that, the storehouse came into view in front of them. Oh. I get what they mean. Yeah, it was quite an old shed, and compared to the flawlessly perfect beauty of the rose garden, it was pretty seedy looking. It looks really out of place, I agree. Yeah. It was easy to understand why it had been built in a hard-to-see place. Yeah, fair. And it is interesting that all of these people have gone here. I wonder what the significance of that is. Well, potentially. We don't actually know that. Eva and Hideyoshi arrived at the storehouse long after Kanon and Genji. Oh, oh, Banting. Oh! You two sure are fun. Oh, they're unfair. I thought my heart was going to explode. Right, I've got to ask the obvious question. How the fuck is this woman not cold? It's October, and yet she literally has, like, exposed arms. How? I mean, I can understand, what's his name? Hideyoshi, but not you! Fucking hell. I mean, she has gloves, to be fair. Hideyoshi doesn't, but still. But... oh my god, what the fuck is this? Whenever I looked where Kanon was pointing, she was at a loss for words. What is this? What? Noticing this, Hideyoshi also followed Kanon's finger and was likewise too shocked to speak. The entrance to the storehouse was a kind of shutter. Yeah. And there... Everyone suddenly realised why Kanon had been unable to find the words to discover what they now saw. Okay, worst scenario, everyone's dead. On the shutter, which was completely filthy from being exposed to the wind and rain for so long. Stuck right on it. What the fuck? Okay, that is weird. What? Okay. Out of everything that I was expecting, I didn't really realise some sort of weird satanic charm would be that. What the fuck? There was something that looked like a strange dark red liquid. No, I think that's a bit positive. Mucus? Or maybe it was some sticky paint. Yeah, blood. Blood, that's what I'm assuming. An indescribably eerie shape was drawn on the shutter with some kind of ghastly substance. That is so weird. Yeah, I really wonder. The rain had caused it to drip down like fresh blood leaking from an open wound. No more beating around the bush. Some kind of mark was drawn there, with a ghastly substance that looked like blood, in a shape that seemed to suggest something on... Oh yeah, definitely. I wonder what the hell this means. Like I said, it looks like a satanic, you know, the upside down star encompassed in the red circle, and the star, and, you know, the red circle. Yeah. It's weird though, it really is. Fucking hell. God, so I really wonder what the actual significance of this is going to be, and what is inside the storehouse, genuinely. Two circles were drawn there, and inside them was a design that looked like a cross. Yeah, I suppose so. Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of see it. Oh yeah, I do, yeah. The four ends of the cross were widely exaggerated, and it looked like some kind of crest from somewhere around Europe. yeah, interesting that. And in the cracks between these shapes, written closely packed together, were some unfamiliar characters or possibly symbols. That is weird. Could you imagine if these are potentially things that would help solve the epitaph? I don't know. Is it really graffiti though? The fact that it's being washed over by the rain shows that, you know, it has been recently drawn there. Who's done it? Genuinely. The 19th person or the 18th person that is disguising to be a 19th person? Who knows? Oh my god, I really wonder. That is so weird though. Could this be one of these? I was thinking, one of those magic circles used in demonic ceremonies. It wasn't surprising that Hideyoshi would say that about such a ghastly shape, drawn with a deep red dripping up. Oh yeah, definitely, but it is though. Yeah, when was this made?
昨日雨が降り出す前にここに来ましたが、その時には
Now that
何も
is
書かれてませんでし
interesting.
た。
What happened between last night and today? A disappearance! Well, many disappearances even. Last night I came here before it started raining, and there was nothing drawn here at the time.
他の方々の目に触れる前に
We must do something before anyone else sees
ご覧
us.
になられたらご不快になられる
Yeah, fair. If they laid eyes upon it, it would cause them great discomfort.
そうね。
That's right.
ただの倉庫小屋とはいえ、こんな気持ち悪い落書きを一秒たりとも放置したくないわ。
Yeah, that really is understandable, but at the same time, I don't know what this graffiti means. But I feel that it bears importance. I don't know, though. It's really hard to... It's impossible to tell, actually. Even though it's just a shed, I wouldn't want to leave such an unpleasant piece of graffiti alone for even a second than I had
倉庫
to.
の中に塗料もあります
There was some paint inside the storehouse.
応急処置でとりあえず塗り消して
Interesting. Let's paint it over it temporarily as an emergency measure. Right, I really wonder what's actually going to be inside the storehouse. Oh my god. Then repaint it again someday when the weather is good. Yeah. Didn't you remember that he had just recently, What? Genji remembered that he had just recently seen another scribble, and that it too had been made with a strange, dark red substance of the same colour as this? That must have been. Which she... Oh my god. Well, that doesn't look very good for her. What? It must have been the... That's right. He had seen it on the door to Natsuhi's room. That is weird. That really is. I really wonder what's actually happening. I wonder if... I have no idea. Genuinely. Maybe it could be someone that... I just don't really understand why it would be on Natsuhi's room, though. I mean, I would understand if it could maybe be like a marker to show where the people have actually died and who's died. But at the same time, I don't really think Natsuhi's dead. Maybe it could just be... No, I don't know. There is no connection I can think of. Maybe the fact that, I don't know. Maybe someone was forced to, I don't know, write it down? That is so weird, though. Seriously. Yeah, but the only thing is they keep on removing the scribbles, so as a result, I think this is going to be a lot more difficult later on. I think this is a big mistake they're doing. Kanokun, let's remove this scribble quickly and get back, okay? Yeah, I don't blame her. Even though it's just a storehouse, it's really intimidating to have graffiti around the home I was brought up in. Yeah. Hey. Yes, Mum. Who could have done it, though? Who could have done the graffiti? Because none of the servants would have. What? Do you really know that? I will take care of it immediately. Connell squatted in front of the shutter and unlocked it. Oh, I wonder what's going to be in here. He then lifted it up with all of his strength. Right. Is there going to be anything in here? And if so, what? A boisterous noise resounded and the eerie shape drawn on the shutter began to get sucked in through the top as the shutter was raised. That is so weird, those symbols. I really wonder what they actually mean. Do they have any relation to Beatrice? Who knows? At least for the time being, that ominous drawing disappeared from the direct gaze, and they all breathed a sigh of relief. I feel like that sigh of relief is just going to disappear. I don't know, though. Right, what is going to happen? Oh, god damn. They just have to drag this out as much as possible. They have to make it so that, you know, the second things get really, really odd, it's a different scene. Thanks to a kids program they came across, Marika was feeling much better. Yeah, that's really good, yeah. Butternut and Jessica were poking fun at the kids show every turn, cackling together. Damn, I'm surprised. George was enjoying the program with Marika from her perspective. That's nice. Nunjo sat on a sofa by himself, passing the time by reading quietly. Yeah, I suppose he's enjoying his book, which is nice. They heard hurried footsteps coming from the hallway. They were the footsteps of a single person. What? Did that mean it wasn't the group before that had just left? What? It was Genji. It was very rare for Genji, who considered being out of breath a violation of a servant's virtues. To be There is an emergency. What the genuine fuck has happened? Yeah. I agree. He probably came dashing back from outside the mansion. His shoulders were soaking wet, and he didn't have his usual trim appearance. Yeah. When Genji noticed Nanjo looking at him, he gave a small, silent bow and quickly approached him.
Nanjo sensei.
Dr. Nanjo, my apologies. What the actual fuck has happened? Please come with me, quickly. Oh my god. Something so bad has happened that a doctor is required. Who, though? Who? Genuinely? And if anything, why is he going when Kanon could have... I would have thought, you know, he's younger, physically fitter. He would have been faster. Has something happened to him? That's my question. That is my question. Right, I wonder what it is. What is the matter? As Genji whispers something into Nanjo's ear, Nanjo went pale. What? He rose from the sofa, trying not to be noticed by the children who were still engrossed by the TV. Oh, they're gonna notice. And the two of them rapidly left the parlour, muffling their footsteps. Oh, no, it sounds like an emergency. Just as they were about to exit the parlour, they came across Natsuki, who was pushing a servant cart. Load of words, he said. Well, I don't really think anyone was going to want to drink the tea. Poor tea. It's going to waste. What is this, man? Genji whispered something into Natsuki's ear, and Natsuki went pale too in apparent shock. Then, leaving the servant cart where it was, the three of them dashed towards the... What the fuck has happened? George noticed them rushing down the rose garden through the window. Oh yeah, I wonder if they're going to join them. What's that?
Genji-san to Nanjo-sensei to...
Isn't that Genji-san and Dr. Nanjo and...
Natsuhi-oba-san kana?
And that's Natsuhi, isn't it? Yeah! Oh my god, I really wonder. I just really wonder. What's up, Aniki? Yeah, definitely. Maybe something happened. Yeah, they look terribly far. Definitely. I really wonder what has. When Disco and Maria saw that Eva, Hideyoshi and Nanjo were no longer in their seats and the serving cart had been abandoned in the entrance to the parlour. Yeah, they also realised that something was the matter. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I wonder what they're going to do. Are they going to come? Could there have been some kind of accident? I feel like this is going to be a big mistake. Let's go check it out. Well, it's also a little bit safer. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's no fun if we're the only ones left out, right? I love his laugh. It's so corny. For some reason, what Battler sounded... Yeah, seriously! So not reading the room. What Battler said sounded extremely indiscreet. But they couldn't deny that they were a little insecure and concerned. Oh, yeah, definitely. After seeing the adults run off into the rain without regards to their appearance. Yeah. Let's check it out, okay? I feel like that's going to be our balance. I'm worried something might have happened. Jessica's uneasy words spoke for all of them. Yes. Hey, Maria, are you coming too? I feel like with Maria, it's either going to be something really weird or it's going to be something normal. I don't know. I feel like it may be something weird though. I really don't know. It's hard to tell. Oh, I wanna watch TV. Yeah, let's go on with that. Oh yeah, definitely, I think that's really good because this isn't safe what's happening. Could you imagine if Maria, by not going to this ritual, Higurashi player right here, yeah, by not going to the storehouse, she might have inadvertently made herself the only person that is actually going to survive this. I don't know though, it's really hard to tell. Let's go on with that. Maria-chan, Maria-chan will be back soon. You keep watching TV, okay? Will they be back soon? Genuinely though, will they be? I wonder. Right. By the time the kids made it outside, the adults were no longer in sight. But Jessica seemed to have a pretty good idea where they'd gone, judging by the direction they'd been running. Oh yeah, good, yeah, good. Are they actually going to be able to find their way correctly? Following Jessica, we ran through the rain-soaked rose garden. The wind seemed to suddenly get stronger. Yeah, interesting that. Interesting that as well. The malicious sound of the thunder began to ring out like it had the previous night. It felt like an eerie something had surrounded the island. No, I know, and was trying to stop us from moving forward. Jessica, is there something over this way? Oh, I wonder. I'm pretty sure there's a storehouse for gardening tools or something. That is a really good question. Weird satanic-like symbols, it looks like. What in the world could be going on in a place like that? Just as Jessica had said, they began to see a storehouse in front of them. They could also see the adults there. Oh, okay, so it doesn't look like people have totally died. That's good. Oh my god, I so want to find out what's actually happened. Like, genuine. It's just such a weird mystery, though. Genuinely. It makes no sense. And it's just so unexpected as well. Like, it's morning and then everyone suddenly disappears. They could also see the adults there. The shutter to the storehouse was open, and several adults looked as though they were searching for something interesting. For some reason, only Natsuhi was outside the storehouse, without even holding an umbrella. She looked like she was hanging her head, and her back was facing them. Oh god, this can't look good. I wonder what's actually happened, and I wonder why, judging by the really, really distressed reaction. Oh god, I'm just thinking about the worst case scenario with Natsuhi. God. That is weird. There was Genji, Nanjo, and Natsuhi, who had just left the mansion. The ones who'd left earlier, Kanon, Eva, and Hideyoshi, were also there, making for a small crowd of people. I'm actually quite surprised about this. But yeah. But there was absolutely no bustle of activity. Hang on a second. Is not... What? Is nobody moving? That's weird. That is really weird. If that's the case. When Natsuhi realised that the children were... Oh, right, yeah, no bustle of activity, yeah. Nothing was actually happening. That's odd, considering the fact that, you know, judging by the really quite surprising means they used to get here, an emergency is in place. I don't know, though. When Natsuhi realised that the children were approaching, a terrible expression rose to her face. And she ran at them with her arms spread wide. You mustn't come any closer. Go back to the map. What the fuck has happened? The fact that the doctor is here means that there has definitely been something that could potentially be life-threatening. I don't know though, it just doesn't really make sense. Especially, like, judging by the background from this image here, it doesn't really make sense why, like, things have happened here. It just seems like so much of a I suppose smaller interior than I would have thought. I don't know. You mustn't come any closer, go back to the mansion. But despite that, no. Because of that. The kids saw the scene Nazi he was trying to keep them away from. This other storehouse with its shutter wide open. A faint fluorescent light shone down. That's a little bit supernatural. And right there was... Jesus fucking Christ. Jessica's piercing shriek rang out. This theme is fucking cool, by the way. But that was just because Jessica's scream was the loudest. What has happened? The same thing spilled out of Battle and George's mouth as well. Emma spread her arms, just like Nazi, roaring at the kids with a bony, chilly expression on her face. George, take everyone and return to the mansion. Quickly. I hate how fucking sick this theme is. But I am so fucking... What the genuine fuck has happened? Like, seriously. So it's made them all scream. We can definitely conclude that there has been a dead body here. When Natsuki spread her arms, I thought she was trying to prevent us from advancing any... I feel like it's something that may traumatise them, I don't know. Why is there a faint fluorescent light though? That is so weird! But there wasn't why Eva was spreading her arms right now. She was trying to stop us skippers from seeing that terrible scene. What the genuine fuck has happened? It was a mother's heart trying to protect the eyes and the hearts of us children by blocking our view of that terrible scene by at least the width of one of her arms. I mean, that isn't going to do much, but at the same time, something awful has happened. Seriously. This thing is amazing. Like, genuinely. Is this some kind of joke, is it? What? I've seen this kind of cheap scene all too often. In manga, TV, anime, and movies. I've seen it over and over again. No! Oh my god, yeah! This is just seeing something appear in real life that I'd seen plenty of times before in one of those more sensational movies, right? That alone shouldn't... But that suit... It's that old bastard, isn't it? I get that, then... I get it. Then that's how Uncle Krabs, Kiria-san, and Aunt Rosa. You mustn't, Jessica. You mustn't go in! What the fuck? This is horrible. I'm just seriously surprised. I mean, okay, I expected maybe something really, really weird to happen. But the fact that everyone is dead! Or at least that's what I'm assuming. That is what I'm assuming. Oh my god! Rigor mortis has said it across almost the entire body. Most likely. What? It was the second they left. Right, how did Runov know he was going to get killed? Who told them? Who did it? Who told them? Those are my questions. Was it Beatrice? Now that I think about it, I hate that that is the most reasonable answer. Oh my god.
損壊部位の状況を見る限り死後に破壊された可能性が高い
As far as I can tell by looking at the damaged area, there is a high probability that they were damaged after their deaths.
いやめったなことは言え
Jesus. No, I must. Oh, yeah, definitely, because the fact is, these people's family members are there.
私は町医者だ検視は専門外だ
Oh, right, I'm a general practitioner. Examining corpses is outside my area of exit. Oh, shit, that's bad.
ちゅうことは何や
So what does that mean?
殺しただけじゃ飽き足らずさらにこんな無体なことをしたん言うんか
That's unbelievable. Just killing them wasn't enough. So they went out, wanted to do something like this. Why? Like, genuinely, why? So somebody's been murdered, and then after they have been killed, their corpse has been damaged. Jesus Christ. Inhuman or what? Jesus Christ, I feel so bad for everyone here, but before I empathise, I want to fully get light of what's happening.
悪魔や悪魔の所業や
Devil, this is the work of the devil! Oh god, oh, Nata, you caught Jessica in her arms and Aunt Eva caught George and Yuki. Oh. So why's he going right? Who could approach the entrance to the storehouse? Oh my god! If only there had been someone to catch me too. I wouldn't have needed this horrible, evil scene burned into my eyes. No, that's not it. It isn't that there's nobody here to catch me. Yeah, the people who should catch me, they're right here, aren't they? Just as Jessica said, it did look like a storehouse used for gardening tools. No, don't tell me they were tortured by them. What the fuck? A lawnmower with extra blades. Grass sickle and a hammer. Some cartridge tools such as a saw. Piled up potted plants and bags of fertilizer. And treated just the same. The corpses of several people have been laid to rest there. No, have been tossed in there. I can tell them by their clothes. Old bastard and Kirie-san. Kraus and Aunt Rosa. Beyond that, Gorda-san and... What? Are there still more of them? How many people died? You're fucking kidding me. I can't even count them on one hand, damn it. I didn't know whether it had been one of those gardening tools, which if used for something other than their intended purpose could definitely be wielded with a naked brutality. Yeah, seriously. Or whether some horrible tool had been brought in here specifically for the... It's really hard to tell. It's impossible to tell, actually. So awful. The fact that so many people here have died to this very mysterious event. And yet you can't even count the amount of people that are dead on one finger. Oh, sorry, on one hand. That's absurd. That's serious. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him. I just genuinely feel so bad. You know, the fact that, you know, Eva and George, they've both... Wait, no, George hasn't lost any parents, to be fair, but... Oh my god, Jessica and Battler as well! Fucking hell! He's lost both of them. Well, I mean, one of them if you... Well, Kirie isn't really a full parent, but still though! She has the role of a guardian. And she's known him for 6 years. Anyway. Each one of these bodies jammed in here had been given an atrocious makeup. It wasn't makeup, it was more like... You think of that as makeup? Right. Ugh. Oh my god. Wow, that is a beautiful image. But anyway, the faces were... faces were smashed, forced into expressions that normal people couldn't make, even after their death. Okay, that is properly weird. What the fuck? I couldn't tell where the eyes or the noses were. You couldn't tell. Jesus fucking Christ, but I could find their mouths because they were gaping wide. Their gums exposed. But their front teeth were missing. And even the cheese that should have covered this lot were torn up and laid bare. That trendy makeup you always spend so much time on, even though you're a man. Good God. Yeah. That is such a horrible sight. Nobody's there to stop him as well. Oh God. That is unbelievable. This is seriously just... This is disgusting. Their corpses have been thrown in somewhere. I'm assuming a lot of the really bad ritual... Well, no, sorry, stop. The storehouse tools, not the ritual storehouse tools, have been used for this. They've just been left there and they've been mutilated, these corpses. What the fuck? How? Who? I always thought you were going to hell. Still not like this one. Yeah, my God, seriously, you weren't such a son of a bitch that you should have to suffer the true. Yeah. God, and PDSR. God, that's awful. Didn't I tell you to stop going out with this guy? Yeah, because it would get you killed in the end. Jesus Christ. There's absolutely... Couldn't agree. There is no reason for anyone to end up like this. I mean, I get that a lot of them can be, you know, really quite awful people, but do they deserve this? That is disgusting, it really is. I don't even want to imagine what he is seeing right now, I really don't. They've got no faces, no faces. Yeah, he shouldn't, because it may actually have some really long-lasting effects. Yeah, Butler, you mustn't look anymore. Jesus, that's true, yeah. There's no way your mother and father would want you to see them like this. Yeah, good one, Angel. For your mother and father's sake, you mustn't look anymore. Yeah, Jesus. The fact that they aren't, though, it's horrible. There are people who are supposed to have faces that look like they're sleeping peacefully. That's horrible. That really is inexplicably horrible. You know, the fact that, you know, not only is, you know, his guardians are dead, but the fact that they have no faces whatsoever. They can't even... Being dead is not bad enough. They have to have no faces as well. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't even know what kind of faces they were wearing when they died. What's wrong with me? No, nothing is wrong with him. Jesus. Oh, God. Short answer, yes. Well, I have to remember these smashed monster-like faces every time monster-like. Jesus fucking Christ. That's just great. Remember that old boss? Yeah, seriously? Why even Kiryu-san's face? Kiryu-san, because he was a crook? Kiryu-san wasn't a crook. Oh my god, I'm not sure she ticked me off a bit now and then. She doesn't deserve to die. Yeah, she was like a cool big sister to me. Agreed. This is wrong. This is all. Couldn't agree more. Oh no. No, don't look at any more. That is just going to be deadly. At least Angle Grass sounds better, doesn't it? Oh, that's still not very good. It's not his whole face, just the side. He's just got half his face left. God, I don't even want to imagine what he's going through at the moment. Seriously. Oh no. Yep, somebody else has discovered it. She's definitely broken free of Natsuki's traps. Oh god, Jessica filled her ears with the sound of her own scream, trying to shut out my reckless. Stop it, Batara-kun. Just stop it, just stop it. Aniki. Oh god, he's probably disregarding age and appearance. Oh my god, yeah, I fell to my knees. God, I feel so bad. Went into my Niki's waist and sobbing. It was as if I was crying. On behalf of everyone else there. Yeah, seriously, yeah. Representing the feelings of everyone there. Oh, it's Jesus fucking Christ. Well, that really was a shock. Let's just say. Oh, God.
倒れているのはクラウスおじさん、ルドルフおじさん、キリエおばさんにローザおばさん、ゴーダさんで。
Oh my god. Oh no. Maria.
5人。
Just those 5, right?
いや、6人や。
There were 6 people.
ここに
There's
もう一人おる。
one more person over. God. Jesus Christ, that's brutal. Oh, these updated. Right. Yeah, let's read them. The beginning of everything. Very, very interesting. Oh my god. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Fucking hell. What about Shannon, by the way? She isn't here. So far, at least. Shannon's the 6th person. She's got to be... Oh my god, Kanon. God, it's just so awful. There is not a single person that hasn't... You know, that is not going to discover something that is going to ruin their life for the entirety and, you know, something so awful, something that should never be discovered. It would be bad enough if they were dead, but the fact that their fucking faces are completely mutilated. It's disgusting. It really is. I genuinely wonder what's happened though, seriously. God. He has a right to lament his ill fortune. He has a right? What? I'll get to see her again. I thought maybe that could have been Maria's point of view, but maybe Kinzo's? I don't know. I don't think I've read this. It is the beginning of everything. I think I might just read this a little bit more. See what's actually going to happen here. Oh, fuck, I forgot to save. I thought I did. Hang on. Oh, boy. Right, we're here now. Yeah, this really is. Oh, this is going to be... I'm so dreading this. Father. The only ones lying dead, lying over there are
クラウスおじさん、ルドルフおじさん、キリエおばさんに
Uncle Kraus, Rudolph, Uncle Rudolph, Aunt Kirie.
ローザおばさん
Aunt Rosa, and Gorda-san.
5人
Just has 5, right?
いや
No,
6人や
there are 6
こ
people.
こに
There's
もう一人おる
one more person over here. The body Hideyoshi was looking down on now happened to be hidden amongst the shadows in... Oh god, this is... I'm dreading this. I'm actually dreading it. Happened to be hidden among the shadows in the mountain range of objects. In a blind spot to George, who stood by the entrance. So George couldn't tell whose body it was. So George cursed himself. He cursed the fact that his worst guesses always turned out to be right.
じゃあ
So, yeah, my god. Yeah, fair. It wasn't a guess of who the corpse was. The fact that somebody was there. Shannon was missing. I think it's pretty obvious.
お父さんの足元に倒
The
れてい
one
るの
lying at
は
your feet is...
シャノンなんだね
Shannon, isn't it?
ああ
Yes.
シャノンちゃんや
Oh god, it's Shannon-chan. Oh god. George felt completely silent. He slipped slightly, his lower lip trembled. Oh god. This is too cruel. It really is. But the fact that these people, you know, she had all of her life to live, and she was realising how, you know, she was going to open up, and she was really going to live her life to the best. But now this has happened! I mean, my god! Oh god, it's just too cruel. The day she is going to propose to him as well. Holy fuck. Oh. Yeah, normally he would have wanted to run to his beloved's body, screaming and crying. However, before rushing forward, he worked to keep his composure and asked his father,
シャノンも
Is Shannon...
クラウスおじさんたちと
Oh my god, her face! The same as
同じなのかな
Uncle Kraus and the others. Hideyoshi deeply understood the meaning of those words, so he couldn't give George an immediate answer. Rather, he felt that silence was the only sincere and loving response he could give George. Oh my god, I know. When George asked if Shannon was the same. Yeah, he meant to ask whether the corpse was in the same condition as others or not, since Hideyoshi hadn't denied it. It's obvious that's the... Oh, it meant that corpse was in the same brutal state.
シャノンを
Can I
見てもいいかな
look at Shannon? Oh god, I mean, obviously whenever you look at the loss, you have the people. I can't believe that George, even in a time like this, is, you know, remotely keeping his composure. It's unbelievable. You have really quite different people. You have the people that will obviously scream to their heart's content, really, like Butler and Jessica, and you have George, who is just, I mean, he probably will, let's be honest here, but he's so composed. It's so surprising how the fuck that's actually going to be possible. So how the fuck it's possible to do this? I mean, seriously. God, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. You can't.
どうして
It would be too
だっ
awful.
てもう二度とシャノンの顔を見られないんだよ。
You will not be able to see it here. Oh my god. If he sees her face, that is going to be the end. After all, I will not be able to see Shannon's face again, right?
その最後の顔
So why won't you let me see
どうして見たらいけないんだよ。
what her face looked like at the end?
お前が最後にシャノンちゃんに会ったのは
The
昨
last
日か
time you met Shannon-chan was yesterday, right? Yes.
そうか
I see.
そのシャノンちゃ
When you
ん
left
は
her...
別れ際にお前にどんな顔を見せたんや
Oh, you... Brilliant, brilliant dad. Oh my god. When you left her, what kind of face was she showing you? Oh, he's probably just...
素敵な笑顔だったよ。
Oh god, it was a wonderful smile. Yeah, god, man. It's so horrible to see, you know, a person this happy, a person with this much potential in her future, just decrease to not only a corpse, not only a dead person, but a fucking disgusting one as well. He can't even see, you know, the face she made as she was dying. It was, yeah, see, after he handed her the ring, she hesitated, even though she must have already made up her mind. Yeah. Then she looked bashful. Yeah, and ran away because she was embarrassed to let him see her face looking like that. That really has a sinister meaning now. Holy fuck. That really hits differently. That's the expression that was... Yeah, at least it's a lovely one. At least it's not, you know, imagining what could have potentially happened to her.
そうか
I see.
ならシャノンちゃんも
Yes, me too.
そ
I
の
agree
笑
with
顔
him
をお前
entirely.
に残したいと願うはずや
Then I'm sure Shannon-chan will want to leave you with that smile in your memory. Yes. God. Hideyoshi looked down upon Shannon's body lying at his feet. Just like the other bodies, it was in... Jesus. It was in such a horrible state that it made anybody want to cover their eye. Her head had been smashed in from the side. And no more than half of her expression remained. Jesus. If the remaining blood-soaked half of her expression had been wiped clean. Ugh. Would that graceful smile of hers have peeked out? God, that is a vivid question. Holy fuck. Yeah, you really do wonder. I don't think so. Her cheekbones are probably completely screwed. Oh, but only half of it. Yeah, fair. Oh, no, don't let George look. Without thinking, Hideyoshi slapped his hands over his eye. Oh, rude. Agreed. If her face was going to be crushed anyway, then if only all of it had been crushed. He might have been able to temporarily distract George from his pain by making the pathetic suggestion that it was someone... Oh god, no way. That's a horrible thing to say, you shouldn't have. that it was someone else wearing Shannon's clothes, but half of her face had been left untouched. Oh God. It caused the body so much humiliation while still proving beyond doubt that the body was Shannon's and no one else's. Yeah. How inhuman. True. How brutal. I couldn't agree more. Oh, and they're trying his best to burn the image of the remaining half of Shannon's expression into his eyes as she lay at Hideyoshi's feet. Oh God, Kanon was not crying. Tears had risen to his eyes, but they did not drip down. Yes, definitely. Yeah, but that didn't mean he wasn't feeling as much sadness as everyone else. Losing Shannon, who had lived with... Oh my God, who had lived with him in the same orphanage, whom he had loved as a sister. Yeah, it must have just been saved as losing a blood relative. I agree. Maybe it was even more because they've worked with each other every single day. I don't know. It's probably... God. It's interesting what Hideyoshi was saying, like, you know, the fact that I suppose if the entirety of her face was completely dashed over, at least he would actually be able to differentiate between the fact that, you know, it maybe could have just been somebody else, but, you know, to leave part of her beauty and then just another part of her complete disgust, I can really see how that would totally think of, you know, just mutilation and humiliation as well. Yeah. God. I feel so bad. I really do.
George. Shannon-chan はきっと
I'm sure Shannon-chan
ありがとう言ってるぞ。
saying thank you.
お前に恥ずかしいところを見られとうなかったんや。
She must be glad that you didn't end up seeing her in such a pitiful state. I'm sure.
お前が耐えてくれたこと。
She's thanking you for holding strong and showing restraint. Yeah, that's such a nice thing to say.
分かってる。
I understand.
分かってるよ、父さん。分かってるよ。
I understand, Father, I understand. Oh, it's so horrible that, you know, he can't just hug her and cry on her, really. Like anybody would do when they see somebody dead, really. Yeah, George leaned against the outside wall of the storehouse, crouching down limply. Yeah.
父さん、
Father,
頼みがあるんだ。
I have a request.
なんや。
What is it?
僕の代わりに見てほしいんだ。
I want you to look for me.
シャノンは指
Is
に
there...
指輪をつけてるから。
指輪？
A ring?
ちょいと見てみ
Let
ろ。
me see. Hideyoshi crouched down. As he did, Kanon silently pointed to one of Shannon's hands.
あ
Yeah.
あ、あるで。これはダイヤの指輪や。クズダイヤとちゃう。なかなかの値打ちもんや。
Oh my God, that's even sadder. Now George just knows. He could have had a life. He could have had such a brilliant life, and it was all beginning. And then it just ends too cruelly. Too cruelly.
それは
And
どっちの手の
which hand?
どの指にあるのかな。
And which finger is it on?
と、
Hmm.
左手の薬指や。
The ring finger of her left hand.
そっか。
I see.
シャノンちゃん、
So is Shannon-chan.
婚約しとったんか。
Yeah, was engaged. Yeah. Oh God, wait until he realises who too. George. Don't tell me you.
エヴァ、
Eva,
今はそんなん関係ないで。
you have got to be kidding me. She's actually... That doesn't matter
シ
right
ャ
now.
ノンちゃんは男に将来を約束され
Yeah,
とった
yeah,
んや。
seriously. A man made a lifelong promise to
一
Shannon-chan.
生を幸せにしちゃると男に言わせたんや。
Yeah, a man promised her her happiness for life.
それが誰かは問題とちゃうで。
Yeah, exactly. Who that man was isn't the issue here. I just can't believe it. I don't think I can... That is disgusting. Why do you get mad at him in a time like this? I never really had much respect for Eva because of how much she bullied Natsuhi. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, now I just really wonder how such a kind... This guy has such unimaginable kindness, seriously. And then he's married with her, it just makes no sense. Being told that by a man. Seriously, yeah, it's a woman's dream, isn't it? That's the most awful thing. It's probably better if you don't know. I don't know when she received this ring. I also don't know who gave it to her. However, even though Shannon-chan took this ring, yeah, definitely, then she accepted it. And put it on her left ring finger. I'm sure the man who gave it to her was also happy. It's interesting that he thinks he's blurting out nonsense, but at the same time, this is what George needs to hear. It really, really is. To most of the people here, Hideyoshi was simply disturbed by this extraordinary situation, was blurting out nonsense. However, someone who knew of... Canon, I'd assume someone who knew of George and Shannon's, and George, obviously, true relationship, would understand the full meaning of those words. Agreed, yeah. Let's see. God, I can't even voice how much I feel bad for him, like, genuinely. George stood up. The traces of tears still streaked his face, but his expression had returned to its usual calm one. Let's go.
Batara-kun, Jessica-chan.
Batara-kun, Jessica-chan. Yeah, fair. Oh god, if we stay here any longer we'll get in the way of the... Yeah. Oh god. Poor her. Oh, it's so horrible seeing these characters that are so nice crying. That alone is horrible, never mind what's happened to them. Yeah, Jessica sniffled once, showing her face to her mother, who had been holding her the whole time. Yeah, good one, yeah. And to let her know that she was okay now. When she faced George again, she once again had on her usual expression. Although she couldn't smile. Yes. Oh god, what about Batara? Batara, hang in there. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, crying like hell, calm me down. Yeah. Bastard Dad, I bet you're laughing at me. Yeah, after all that shit I talked about you, here I am crying like a baby just because you died. Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting, their relationship. I think Batara definitely has things he hates about its dad, but at the same, they really have a love-hate relationship. They do. But at the same time, they just jokingly hate each other. They don't really hate each other for the sake of actually, you know, getting pissed off at each other. But at the same time, whenever there are situations like this, for example, like, you know, him thinking it was less surprising that his dad died because he was a crook. I really wonder why he was a crook, by the way, but like, yeah, it's not the time. This is not the time to be thinking about that. Well, so what? I guess it's just got the gene that makes you cry when your parents kick them. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have that. It's not abnormal. Don't ever feel bad about it. Batara's face was still bright red. Oh, I don't blame him, but he had at least recovered enough to fake a smile. If only a bit. That's nice. That is nice.
Come
on. Yeah, good one. You mustn't remain here any longer either. I wonder what they're going to do. Take the children and return to the mansion. Natsuki had been standing under the rain this whole time. Understandable. It's just too awful for her to bear. Maybe she had her own way of grieving, different from Basil. Yeah, maybe. Realising that she had to take on the role of a responsibility now that her husband was... Oh, God, yeah. Yes. Madam. Kanon rose silently and turned to face me. His face was pure white, almost as though his own heart had died along with Shannon. There was no life in its expression. On an ordinary day, if he had been told to guide the children through the beautiful rose garden, Kanon might have left the way. Yeah, because they are all in the same boat. They have losses that are... They are unimaginably awful. All of them. But now there was no distinction between Kanon and his children. They were now just kids of about the same age. I know! Suffering the pain of losing those close to them. What? After making sure that the children were leaving, Natsuki started giving orders to Genji. Genji. Yeah, good one. Yeah, contact the police immediately. The phone lines are gone though. They probably won't be able to come until the typhoon passes, but they should be able to tell us what to do now. Yeah. Understood. Oh yeah, good one. Good. And this really is an emergency. Holy fuck. When she heard that, Natsuki remembered. That's right, the phones were out today. Well, yeah, definitely, yeah. However, they also had a radio, since they couldn't necessarily rely on phones all the time while living on an isolated island. Yeah, fair enough, that is really quite convenient, so they're going to call the police. Yeah, and anyway, they should start by contacting the police and receiving their instructions. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Oh, God, it's funny how much this story is going to just get so much more difficult. I'm very scared for Maria as well. Oh my God. What? How are they going to tell a 9-year-old that her mother's dead? Like, how? Well, we will find out, I'm assuming. Will they even have time to? I wonder if they're going to be killed. Who knows? Dr. Nanjo. Is there anything more you can do here? Unfortunately. God, they were properly mutilated. There is nothing I can do. Understood. Yeah, that's nice. Could you at least cover their faces with something? Yeah. Exposing them like this is humiliating to them. I agree. Yes, Mom. Genji picked up several dried up towels from inside the storehouse. Oh yeah, that is quite convenient that they have towels there. Yeah. When Evas dropped them with a shrill voice. Wait a second. Stop. Oh yeah, fair actually. Yeah, this is the scene of the crime, isn't it? Then we mustn't disturb. That's a good point actually, yeah. I think she's a bit too paranoid about it, but yeah, it may. Yeah. We all got panicked and walked in here with our shoes on, but even that will surely get in the way of the police's investigation, right? What are they going to be able to find out, I wonder? I really do wonder. Nutty glared at Eva, offended. Objectively speaking, Eva was right. That is fair, but at the same time, I think it's just a pleasant thing to do, to be able to Yeah. Even so, she had glared at Eva as though accusing her of refusing to do those tragic corpses, which had been humiliated after death. Yeah, the simple kindness of covering their faces. However, Eva had spoken both calmly and correct. True, I agree. This horrible situation definitely... Yes, definitely wasn't an accident. It was a crime. Agreed. A fucking horrible one at that. Someone had killed them. It was a murder. Serial murder as well. So they needed to be careful to avoid... Yeah, disturbing the sight any further. It's horrible. They had to do what little they could to aid the police, preserving the clues that might... Yeah, that might help catch the detestable culprit. Yeah, I agree with Eva-san. Until the police come, we should leave everything be. Fair. What do you say, madam? Yeah, she's probably going to agree. I wonder, actually. Agreeing with Eva? What the fuck? By the way, that is rare. But still. You're right. Very well. Close it up. Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what that's going to do. If it's going to do anything. How did Rudolph know he was going to die? There is my question. A different lock? Yes. When we came here, the shutter was locked. Yeah, definitely, yeah. That means the culprit used the key to the shutter to unlock it. Yes, replace the key. Replace the lock with a different key. That makes sense. Yeah. That'll be interesting. I'll just see how much I have left, because, you know, I should probably... Oh yeah, let's see what Shannon's card is while we're here. God. Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Oh, we have tips. I didn't even realise. Oh my god. I can't read them today because I don't have time, but, you know, I've got to go to bed. But, yeah, do we have... Yeah, it looks as if there is a lot here, so, yeah, we'll get to the mystery tomorrow. Oh, for fuck's sake, I didn't save. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I'm just so not used to the Umineko saving system. Oh, well, I'll save it, I'll just skip to this tomorrow, it's not a big deal. Right, well, my god, that really was interesting. That was too cruel. That really was too cruel. And my god, that took such a turn I didn't expect. Like, genuinely, that was shocking. It was a really interesting mystery. It was really good. And honestly, it gave me the most shocking answer. I mean, at the back of my mind, that was going to be the answer. It was going to be the worst case scenario. Didn't actually expect it to happen, though. Fucking hell. That really was just really quite something. And, yeah, it was just really quite interesting seeing, you know, the conversation with Natsuhi and, you know, just more about Natsuhi in general and, you know, how I really wonder what the satanic, like, symbols are going to represent. But, yeah, it was interesting just seeing, you know, Natsuhi's relationship with Kinzo and, you know, the One Ring crest stuff and the fact that, you know, she can only wear it in her heart. She doesn't have to, you know, physically be able to wear it. It's interesting stuff, it really is. And, yeah, I suppose... Yeah, the reactions as well. I think George's reaction was the best out of all of them in terms of, like, quality. But, yeah, they were all really good. I mean, my god. Too cruel, like I said. Too cruel. And I'm very excited to see what the response... What the fuck has happened? Like, genuinely. Genuinely! Yes. It's a really odd place to hide a body. I just really wonder who's responsible, how they actually got in. And is it one of the people that are there, by the way? I really wonder. Because everyone has alibis, remember? Don't forget that. Yeah. Today was so fun. I'm very excited for tomorrow. So, yeah. See you then.